Whoa! Did you see that wind up?
Yeah, it was good.
Wow,
it was good.
Man, wound up and like I'm ready to go. It's Friday, guys.
Fastball. Today was a fastball.
Yeah, it's Friday. I'm ready to take on this day, take a nap, and then on with the weekend.
I will clean my house after the show.
No nap for me today. Soccer 101 podcast. Then I got to go help the wife prepare for a big, giant family Halloween party gathering we're doing tonight.
Nice.
Ooh, candy corn event. Hey, if
2
anyone
naps
wants to help
for me,
him-
then.
Oh, wow.
I'll take Moon's nap.
Yeah, you can take mine.
Double
Somebody
nap.
needs to.
Take his nap.
If anyone wants to help, I'm going to paint some steps today. Anyone?
Nope. I did a dry run yesterday as far as my Halloween costume goes for tomorrow's Halloween bash down at Ballpark Village.
Because tomorrow's going to be a wet run.
Sloppy run.
Yeah, I'm,
Wait till you see.
I'm hoping the weather holds out. Man, if that white rabbit costume gets wet,
No,
over.
you'll be fine.
it's gonna like wick up all
It's
the
like,
water.
it's like the dude that was in the polar bear thing when we did the polar plunge. Remember he was
man.
just soaked.
Do I arrive as the white rabbit or do I change there?
You have to arrive.
Good question. I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, you have
You
to
got
arrive
to
there.
arrive.
I don't know if I can
arrive?
drive with that thing.
Have somebody else drive you.
So we're doing Teenage Dirtbags and an Alabama Dirtbags set, and I can't not go full country. I mean, that Alabama Dirtbags is like its own shtick.
Are you going to be any form of an Alice in Wonderland character tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll
Do you even know what you're
No, that's a no.
I'll make it work.
That's a no.
Since I've been home, I've worked every single minute. Like I haven't had a
That's a
second
no.
to do anything except for just work. So I'll try to figure it out tomorrow.
Yes, he's going to be Larry the Cable Guy from Alice in Wonderland.
Say it like you could just say this.
Little known character.
This was a character that didn't make the cut.
This was the '90s alternative character that was supposed to be in it.
Dude, I'm telling you, you could be John Stamos and Through the Looking Glass, just put on like a floppy hat and be John Stamos, and then you're Alice in Wonderland.
What do you mean by floppy hat?
He's got like a weird, like French-looking floppy hat on.
Oh, like a beret?
No, it wasn't a beret. I don't know what this thing is. Looks like a big old
John Stamos.
like marshmallows on his head or something. I don't know.
That's the sequel, right?
Yeah,
I
well,
haven't
TV.
seen any of these movies.
this bunny costume, this white rabbit costume, is it's ridiculous. And to put it on yesterday, and to look at myself in the mirror, what is
What is
happening?
happening?
What is happening here? And if it's going to rain, I have to walk through the rain. I may change there.
Oh, please don't. No.
Why?
Go. No, what you do is you park somewhere and then you have an umbrella and you walk in that way. You don't have the bunny feet, do you?
Yeah, I got the bunny feet.
Oh, no.
Of course I got the bunny feet.
I didn't know.
Who the heck is John Stamos in this movie? I can't find him at all.
I'll send it to you because it could happen for you.
I gotta wear the bunny feet. The bunny feet came with the costume. And I said, I'm not gonna wear the bunny feet. And the family insisted.
Yeah, you have
You're wearing
to.
the bunny feet.
Don't be a dork.
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? Wear your Jordans?
Hey, you can't say nothing.
Jordan's actually
You
would
don't
be-
got no costume.
I kind of can because if I had a rabbit thing, like I'm not going to half-ass it. If I got something, it's all or nothing,
There's
baby.
nothing half-assed about this costume.
You
Anyway,
could wear Jordans because he's always running late. So that's actually kind of
I got a
cute-
clock and everything,
Good.
like a Flavor Flav clock.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's the best.
yeah. Well, we'll see you down at Ballpark Village tomorrow.
Well, Rafe and I are going to look exactly alike. So
Yes.
And-
there will be no differences whatsoever.
we are the Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and we got wigs. We have skin tight
Outfits.
that are
very
obscene.
revealing.
Maintain eye contact.
I had to buy a thing yesterday at Target to shmush all my lady bits in because I'm not coming at Halloween pornographically.
And I,
What?
I had to buy a girdle yesterday at Target because we have a camel toe.
Oh, camel toe
situation.
emergency. Uh-oh.
For real.
Whoa.
I got you bloomers.
Well, I don't
Not a
know.
fan.
No, I haven't tried. I've not done the dry run. The dry run will happen today, but I need to I got to hold everything in.
I got you some camel toe cover up at Johnny Brock's.
did.
Did Lewis Carroll actually intend Tweedledee or Tweedledum to have a camel toe?
No.
Maybe.
D's an Audi, Dum's an any.
Dude, it's going to be.
Little known fact.
Sponsored by
bought-
Patricia's. Rafe and I are sponsored by
Jeez.
Patricia's
I just
tomorrow.
bought a giant cucumber. I'm leaning in.
You're just going
I
full
like
Derek
it.
Smalls
Yeah.
from Spinal Tap.
That's right, dude. I'm leaning in.
Did you get a sexy Tweedledee costume?
It is super
Say
hot.
that, but it is.
It's. I mean,
It
it's.
wasn't purposely that.
No, it's not purposely
It just
that.
is.
It's just super tight.
Yeah.
And he's got a spandex onesie on as well.
Yeah.
And so
I actually had
sorry
two
for being
spandex
sexy.
onesies.
Yeah, sometimes you can't help it being sexy.
Hers
Did I
was
show you
hers
this?
was like an actual 1980s cool vintage high end Tweedledum costume, and then I had to try to match it by buying two different colored morph suits, red and yellow. And then I'm gonna both skin tight, and I'm gonna try to do upper half, bottom half. Neither is fun to look at.
well,
It's gonna be.
You know, I'm just gonna have my wife drive. My wife will drive.
there
Hey,
you
man,
go.
She'll drive, and
You're
then
gonna be fine.
Pick us up.
I'll be a hammered white rabbit. Let me see.
Okay, and then if you want to scroll to the left, this is a text conversation with Rafe and I. I sent him. So Rafe,
Oh, that looks good.
It looks good. Now swipe left to go to the next photo.
This is what you got.
Oh,
and then swipe again. Then swipe again.
and Tim's face.
So it's pretty
Yeah, I seen it.
Now
Yeah.
swipe for the close up.
Oh my gosh. Can I show the Tim?
yeah, please.
Yeah.
There's my husband's face
There's Tim's
during
face.
this whole
That's beautiful.
situation.
Tim's face looking
It's
at your.
not that camel toey.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Maybe not in your
Anyway.
world, but I am.
Is this you, Riz? This one with the clock?
my bunny costume is
Custom.
a bit girthier.
Sweet. Yeah, this is the cheapo one. This is the $30.
Yeah, I know, man.
$40
Johnny Brock's. They had the. I mean,
Oh,
Rafe,
Johnny Brock's
Rafe
has
and
the
Scott
goods.
were there. I mean, this was.
They set you up. They
Oh.
basically built them a custom one.
I didn't rent it
On the fly.
It's bought. It's mine.
Nice.
I have it forever.
Nice.
I have this thing forever now. So if you ever need a white rabbit to do some kind of event, I'm your guy. Let me know. But this has been gaining steam over the last couple of years, and there are strong opinions on both sides. Should we change Halloween so it always falls on the last Saturday in October?
No.
It would make trick-or-treating easier, especially on parents.
It's tremendous. It's a tremendous bummer that we're having this awesome party tonight, and I can't sit out at the fire pit and give out candy.
I mean,
while
we
having the
already do
party.
with other holidays. Like Thanksgiving's always on the third Thursday in November. Memorial Day is the last Monday in May.
But it's All Hell's Eve, so it's not like it's just random. I mean, it has a date, right? All Saints Day is November 1st. There's meaning to it. There's
Well, then-
pagan meaning.
Okay, I think.
Well, we don't celebrate the. I was about to say we don't celebrate the paganness of it.
I think that can still be done while still like doing this celebration. You know, the kids' funsies and all the stuff on the Saturday. I think it's.
I think we
reasonable.
could. We can organize this. If we can get organized enough to have New Year's Eve the day before the 1st of January, I think we could do this.
Yeah,
any year.
Because otherwise, nothing's going to change. If it were something where like you got the day off, you know, like it was like a national holiday and nobody worked.
I
on
understand
Halloween,
that. Where,
I could
where
totally-
actually
I would be like,
money
yo.
could be lost.
Yeah, I would be like, we should stay to October 31st so I can get the day off, or people can get the day off when it lands on a weekday. But
Now, the main argument against moving Halloween to Saturday is it's always been the 31st, so why change now?
Good point. Change
Which is how I
bad.
expect them to say it that way. Back in 2018, the Halloween and Costume Association launched a change.org petition to make it happen, ranked over 150,000 signatures since then. So a lot of people are into the idea, but there's no actual plan in the works to do it.
yeah, but it bums me out to have these parties on the weekend and then also have the 31st do the full activities. It'd be awesome though if we could do it on the weekend, and still whoever wants to celebrate on the 31st does, because I mean, you know what I'm doing on October 31st?
Getting hammered with me, right?
Listening to AFI.
What about changing Christmas to a Saturday so we don't have to take off work anymore? Would you guys be okay with that?
We
No,
keep
but
that
that-
on Monday
but
or
that's what I'm
Tuesday.
saying,
We
like-
do that one Wednesday.
But that's what I'm saying. If Halloween was you get off the thing, then don't change it. Keep it on the 31st for sure, because then we'll have 5 days off. You know what I mean? Like 5 potential days off.
I'm talking about like the actual spiritual, religious reasoning for Halloween being October 31st.
Does anybody really celebrate the religious aspect of Halloween?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's all sorts of spiritual
I mean,
people
it's still
that do.
day would still be the same, but you could do the
That's what- yeah.
trick or treating thing on Saturday.
Well, you should just do that anyway, but don't say Halloween is going to always be the last Saturday of October.
No,
Halloween needs to stay the 31st.
I think I read that when you said that as doing the trick or treat night.
The Halloween
Yeah,
party.
we'll keep
trick-or-treating.
Halloween on the 31st
Okay.
always, and then we'll just tradition will have it that we trick or treat the Saturday before that. How about that?
Okay,
That's what I
a
thought
good
you were saying.
compromise.
No, they're saying move Halloween, like move.
I just mean
Halloween.
for family's sakes, for the
But
kids.
what if it's on a Friday?
For the kids' sake.
Right.
It'd be so much better if it was on a Saturday. Because I mean, think about it. You only get what you get 2 of those
You know
a
what?
childhood.
Okay.
Maybe.
Then it would screw
I'm
the
gonna say
parents
this.
to go to Halloween parties like we're having. They'd have to go trick or treating instead of come drinking with us at Ballpark Village.
That's also
we
what
could have
you
done this
sign
on
up
the
for.
Friday then.
Friday for trick
As
or
a
treating.
parent.
No, we could have done the
Saturday-
partying on the Friday and the trick or treating on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, drunkie.
thank you.
Maybe we could
I'm
just trick
looking
or
out
treat
for all
early
people.
Sunday
Okay,
morning.
the witches and the drunks.
Now,
And maybe the kids.
if we did, and now I'm gonna push back a little bit. So Halloween's on a Tuesday. So there's an out, like it's a school night, 9 o'clock. We're done with it.
Yeah, but I
We're
feel
done with
bad
it.
for the kids. I want the kids to not
They're
have.
fine. Who trick or treats anyway after 9
Yo,
o'clock?
this is one.
The
Come on, man.
rebels.
This is one of the very few things that parents, like, especially nowadays, where parents kind of allow the kids to really kind of go out and be a little weird. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
It
it's
could be weird from 6 to 9, and then
you know. Don't you remember? Are you too far away?
I never was a huge Halloween guy.
Don't you remember being like 12 or 13 and your parents like, I mean, they want nothing to do with this, and they're just like, yeah, whatever.
What's your favorite holiday?
Be back by
Halloween.
11.
Halloween's your favorite holiday.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Your favorite holiday?
Probably Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Rafe, your favorite holiday?
I'm probably Halloween.
Halloween. Scott?
Yeah, it's between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I mean, they're about
And
the
you
same.
know I'm an Arbor Day guy.
That's true.
Yeah, big
course.
time.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Loves the trees.
Big glorious.
Which I take Arbor Day off every year.
Yeah, dude.
We know this.
Sure.
So if we did make Halloween the last Saturday in October, it would fall, obviously tomorrow, the 26th next year, the 25th in 2025. Now, assuming we don't make the change, the next time Halloween will fall on a Saturday is 2026. And you better soak it in that year, Moon, because it won't happen again until 2037.
Yeah.
Totally.
Live it up.
So that's what I mean, man.
Live it up. Do you get your Halloween decorations up early so you enjoy them all month?
My wife did this year. I don't know what our standard is, but they've been up for, I'm going to say, since September.
Put out the stuff yesterday.
End of September. You put it out yesterday?
Yeah. Well, you, my wife, and my daughter.
We've had it for a while.
I just was yelling, who keeps setting off the Ring doorbell?
It's Frankenstein.
So a new poll found the first week of October is the most popular time to put your Halloween stuff out. 37% of people who decorate said that's when they do it. Another 15% said before October 1st. So over half of us get our Halloween decorations up early. But the second most popular time is right now.
I like a good month of any holiday that I'm decorating for. I like a good solid month of enjoying it.
All right, we got the pumpkins out front?
2 of them.
Jack-o'-lanterns? Anybody got a jack-o'-lantern?
We are about to be on our second batch of pumpkins because the first one's
Get eaten?
time to go, baby. No, they just rotted out.
Oh, okay.
They're in the woods.
Oh, I love the pumpkins out in late November when they start melting.
Yes.
We had
To make them all the way to winter.
we must have had some warm, humid days because we had a couple that looked great and then suddenly just deteriorated, liquefied.
Yeah, when they start to melt into the front porch.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
face went from a scary face
All
to
right.
no.
Why do we have so many
Super
gnats
sad.
right now?
All right. Who's got corn stalks out in front of their house? I want to see how far we're going with this.
I threw a couple of corn cobs out in my front yard, but mainly I just wanted to feed the deer.
Okay, corn.
stalks. What do you mean corn stalks?
Like
You
where you
know,
have them
just-
decorative.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Had the hay bale, some corn
Corn
stalks.
I
stalks.
see.
You know,
No.
if I go like this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Sign for corn
I think
stalk.
we did that a year or two. I forgot about that.
I love a good scarecrow.
Somebody down the street has the big 8-foot skeleton,
Love
or
it.
9-foot skeleton.
Oh yeah.
I was driving down Olive the other day to go home, and somebody took the Puff and Stuff guy from Ghostbusters, the inflatable, and has it,
Mr. Stay Puffed.
yeah, and has him on, like, in their backyard, but it's facing Olive, so it looks like he's coming out of the woods.
Oh, it's cool.
And it was really neat.
No, but the unique thing about this house is they have the giant skeleton, which, how tall is that thing? It's more than 8.
I think it's 9.
9 feet tall.
I think the skeleton's 9, but now there's one. David Taylor has a like a 12-foot. Have you seen the 12-foot ghost thing?
No.
It's a lot of feet.
I haven't driven by there.
I don't know where they're selling those, but I've seen 1 or 2. I saw it there first, and then I've seen it in neighborhoods.
So cool.
And I wonder, where do you put
Yeah,
that?
where do you put it after?
I mean, it's
You're gonna have a
12
big
feet,
basement.
and it's I don't know if it moves, but it's got like the real creepy kind of shredded robe, and it kind of overhangs.
But
I mean,
they got the skeleton out in front of the house, but that's it. Like, no other decorations.
that's it. Just
Just a skeleton.
That was enough. They're like,
All right, guys,
more?
we have $500 in the budget. I guess we're just going to spend it on the skeleton.
I mean, I almost did it. I was at Lowe's or wherever they sell them, and I thought, am I about ready to get the credit card out and splurge on this?
Oh, do anybody have skeletons out in front?
man.
Black
this
cats?
this says it's
No, we
12
fed
foot.
everyone this
I have
year.
a black cat. Big old guy.
So he's out front in the house. Witches?
Yes.
Hey, I'm sorry. This says it's 12 foot.
12 foot.
Not 9 foot. So that other one that I'm talking about is bigger. It must be 15 foot.
Anybody got any witches?
No.
Witches?
All over the house.
You got to have the
Tombstones?
one hitting a tree, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have that.
Tombstones? Anybody?
No.
Spider webs?
Just frozen pizzas.
Spider webs? Crows?
You're not supposed to do the spider webs anymore, remember?
Yeah.
It's bad. Bad
Well,
for, bad for
just that
birds.
certain material. Just that certain material.
The rope ones are all right.
The rope ones are right. Crows? Bats?
Bats, yes.
No,
Bats,
it's
okay,
hats
bats.
for bats.
Ghosts?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you got ghosts out front?
Well, in the house.
Yeah, all over the house.
Yeah, all of ours is inside.
All right, so you're ready to go.
We haven't. We have a. I guess there's a little pumpkin candle.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
all right.
we've
decorate
gone
for
above
Halloween.
and beyond. But Christmas decorations are about since. Yeah, I might have to do that before Halloween.
You do that early?
Maybe this year because I may not be able to on the first like I love doing November 1st.
I bought all my candy yesterday. I got
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
I got 18 full-size candy bars. Very exciting. And then I got 2 big old bags of the miniature stuff just because I'm not full-blown, I can't stock completely up of the full size. So I
Yeah.
thought, the first 18 little kids, they're going to get the full-size candy bar, and then
And then screw the other kids.
And screw the other kids.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Thank you.
And Moon wasn't here last Friday when we went over the worst Halloween candies
Oh, yeah?
to give out.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Old Village Mercantile for sending in the, from Caledonia, Missouri, from sending in the candies because my band raided it yesterday. They were going, oh, what are these? Boston baked beans. We were going through all these random candies. We even tried the
Well, I
ketchup
sent over
candy.
a lot of candy.
Even
What
tried
was
the ketchup candy.
like?
How was that?
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, God.
It was kind of like a sweet tomato.
Well, so
pretty good.
So we had a list last week of the worst candies. Here's another list. This is from Uproarious. Uproarious is a pretty legit site. So these are the worst Halloween candies ranked by how many eggs will splatter on your house.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you hand out any of these candies, I will give you the number of eggs you should expect to hit your house.
Dimes. The house across the street always gave dimes.
Oh, by the way, so you know what? And we talk about this every year. So Halloween is Tuesday. The night before is Mischief Night. Did anybody
Devil's
ever?
Night.
Did anybody ever participate in Mischief Night? All the time.
See, I never knew of that till
Devil's Night.
We called it Gate Night. Gate, Gate Night.
Why?
Wow.
Because that's what it was called.
Hardcore.
Super hardcore.
Maybe the gates of hell. I don't know.
Devil's Night because of the crow. October 30th.
But look up, if you could look up Gate Night. I think it's just one area. Like, I think different areas of the country call it different things.
you said there's a T on that.
It's a Scottish thing.
Yes, Scott.
Okay.
That's why I made sure I emphasized the T.
The
Gate Night.
The Gate Night has two possible origins. One theory is that it comes from an old Scottish tradition when young women would attempt various fortune-telling techniques to identify their future spouses on All Hallows Eve. Another theory is that it's called Gate Night because the gates of hell supposedly open up before
And that's
the
when we
night
do
of
our eggings.
Halloween, which allows demons to wander towns and cause mischief, like Scott Rizzuto.
Yeah. That's when we do our eggings and our TP-ins. Have you ever egged at a house?
No. TP'd, forked, soaped.
Never forked, never soaped, TP'd, and egged.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never done any of that.
I don't feel great about the egging, honestly.
You shouldn't.
Is the rumor true that it like peels paint? Like if you
Definitely.
left it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Definitely. My car got egged by some former friends, and my dad was pissed because
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, there
that's
was-
my car, not his. He went over to that dude's house and screamed at his dad.
Well,
Yeah, it got so bad in our
It
area,
was
and,
awesome.
I think now it's pretty much the norm. They won't sell eggs to kids around this time, like around this time of year.
just want to have
Miss-
brunch.
Mischief Night, an informal holiday which children, teenagers, and adults engage in jokes, pranks, vandalism, or parties.
It was vandalism. It was straight up vandalism for us.
Known by a variety of names, including Devil's Night, Gate Night, and Good Something Night. I can't.
Good night
Good
to your house of siding because it's going to be dripping with eggs.
Cabbage Night? Oh, Goosey Night. It's called Gate Night, Devil's Night, Goosey Night, Moving Night, Cabbage Night, Mystery Night, or Mat Night.
And if you work in a police force, booking night. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, and the police would be, they do their patrols, but you run out of the woods, you're on a way. They can't catch all of us. Am I right?
You said you forked. Remind me again what the heck that
You
does.
stab forks into the yard, and it just takes forever. And then they have to go through and pick up all the forks. And sometimes they break off because they're the stupid plastic forks.
Yeah, we never forked anybody.
I don't,
It was the dumbest of all.
It
the
seemed like
pranks.
it took way too long.
Yeah,
It seemed
it
like the
seems
big
like
risk.
more
The
work
toilet
for you.
papering was, you could be in there super fast, be done in 5 minutes
Oh,
and
that
out.
was so much fun to TP a house.
Oh yeah,
Especially when the parents run out and yell at you. And
I
you're
mean
like, "Ah!"
we rolled as a gang. Yeah, and everybody had their backpacks.
People still do it. I don't see it very. I don't ever see it in
happens.
St. Louis.
Our neighbor got so nailed. So
TP'd?
nailed.
You almost have to live in the burbs.
Dude,
where you know everybody.
it took weeks. They got painted. I mean, there was like glitter and flour. And,
Well, they
I mean,
do
they
the
got
T-ball.
destroyed,
They
dude.
do
You
the
remember that,
TP
Scott?
for the football team, like the seniors. Like
This was vandalism.
this was straight up.
This
like
was
They
we're
had a
just- we're
paintball
doing
gun
it.
across the front of the house.
This was too far.
This was Sparta.
This was TP glitter. Like the cars were covered in bags of flour.
Once
and
you start
some other
going
stuff.
with the paintballs and stuff like that, that's too much.
I
We
have.
did saran wrap.
Oh, really?
We saran wrapped my friend's car. I mean,
Oh my God.
airtight.
That's pretty good.
It was pretty funny because it takes so long to take it off.
Yeah.
Because you can't cut it off because it's the car.
Yeah.
You got to peel it off. And we went.
You got to look for the seam. Where's the seam?
Yeah. And then you got to like slowly
Where
peel
is
it
it?
off a layer at a time.
I like the Post-it note ones on the cars, but that takes forever too.
Yeah,
That's
it
like
does take a long time.
With saran wrap, I guess you get an industrial one. And you just
Yeah,
put
you
two
get the
fingers
handles
you
on
can
it.
run
Two fingers and
You can run it.
Yep.
You could run it.
You can do it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, 5
That's
minutes.
good.
5 minutes. 5-minute job gives them a 30-minute job at least getting it off, I'd say.
Although now the kids, you know why the kids don't do it anymore? Because everybody's got a Ring camera.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Everybody's got
And I
Ring
think they're
Ring
nicer.
doorbells. Now the Ring cameras they put over the
I
garages.
think kids also think it's just a little dorky. Like it's kind of like an old guy dorky thing to do. I really do. I think kids are kind of like, oh yeah, okay, that sounds cool.
And it's environment like toilet paper. It's environmentally unfriendly.
Yeah, the kids are
my
thinking
kids
about
are not
that.
thinking
Yes.
about that.
Kids are thinking about
Some
that.
of them are. Some of them aren't wanting.
None
to
are
do it.
thinking about that.
My
None
kids
of them.
are.
None of them are. No, you know why the kids don't do it anymore?
Because
That
it takes
Because they don't
time.
want to go outside.
Yeah. It takes time.
I don't want to go
TV on
outside.
my
That's
phone.
it.
Oh,
I
you-
spent my life
yeah,
outside.
great idea, Jimmy. Now we gotta.
They keep getting caught because they have their ring light on out in the yard while they're TikToking themselves.
Yeah.
I reposted.
What's up,
the
everybody?
TP.
What's up? I'm out here TP in Chaz's house.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Hey,
Be sure to
guys.
subscribe.
Hey guys, we're here down the street.
Hey guys,
And then the light comes on.
leave
and
a
the dad
comment.
catches
You know,
it. Yeah.
leave a message in the comments.
If you like
Tell
how
me
I-
if I should.
If you like how I threw that roll, make sure you.
Chaz's dad just got on my live feed.
Yeah.
He's
If-
inside the house.
If you like
watching.
how I threw that roll, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Ding.
And I'm going to break down the best rolls to throw, which ones have the smoothest and blah, blah, blah. And
It's probably out there.
What's up? It's brought to you by Charmin.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They don't want to leave the basement.
Yeah.
Because there's Call of Duty to be played.
Seems like a lot of work.
Scary
And
out
they
there.
might see a girl.
It's
or
scary
something.
out there.
I had a guy friend that lives in my mom's subdivision, and he has teenage daughters, and so he knew that there was going to be a pack of guys and girls that were going to come through and get his house, like TP his house. And so somehow he caught wind of this. So he took his duck hunting dog, his lab, and they camouflaged themselves in the bushes and waited for these kids to come. And just as he let them get a couple of throws in, and then he was like, "Molly, sick 'em!" And the dog like went out running.
Oh, my
And then
God.
he came out with his paint gun and shot those kids.
Different time.
This is why people aren't going to people's houses, because the parents are nuts too now.
Dude,
So
there was a guy, this is crazy
Nuts.
that this was not that
Defending
long
his
ago.
property.
I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. There was a guy that got so mad because we'd smash his pumpkins all the time that he sat up on the pitch of his house with salt rock. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah,
It's basically,
it's a deer, so the deer
Yeah.
come.
no,
That's a
that's
Salt
a salt
lick.
lick.
Oh, salt lick. Okay,
Salt
sorry.
rock was basically like a
Sorry.
bullet, but it was a salt bullet.
Oh.
So it was like you know how you got your salt gun for insects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like an actual round that would like it'd break the skin, man.
Oh, my
I
God.
think it was
Wow.
like I think he shot it out of like a 22 rifle. And
Oh,
this
my
dude would
God.
sit on his roof
And just pick kids off?
and he would blast us with salt.
Oh my
Dang.
goodness.
Ammunition, dude. We were under fire, and nobody said anything. No parents like went because we couldn't tell
Yeah, because you're there
because we were
vandalizing.
vandalizing his home. So it was kind of one of those things. Like
Hey, man.
I think my friend told his mom, and then his dad was just like, "Well, won't do that again, will you?" I mean,
wanna-
it's just a
yeah.
different time.
All I remember
You want to
is-
live outside the law? You better live outside the
just
law.
so crazy. Because now that'd be a loss. I mean, there.
Yeah.
If not a giant, like someone's dad physically killing someone, it would
Yeah.
definitely be a lawsuit. But
And nationwide story.
We egged one house so bad. I could still remember the sounds of those eggs. It was like one of those split level houses with the wood front, like the wood siding.
Did you egg
Wood
my house?
siding too.
And you know what I'm talking about? The wood siding.
Yeah, of course I do.
So it had little spots on it from the rest of history.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got,
man.
it's got pores and grains.
Yeah. Oh man, I
crevices.
just remember a dozen eggs just hitting that house, just blah 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 blah.
Man.
And then the next day, still seeing shells on the side of the house.
Smells so bad. Ugh.
Was it funny at the time, or once you did it feel like, that was not a good choice?
Man.
Probably at the time, I was like, yeah.
They were back to back weekends, and one of the nights it was one of those Halloweens that kind of like got real chilly and kind of snowed a little bit, and these guys teepeed me. And the night that they did it, it kind of snowed a little bit, so their footprints, they didn't know it, their footprints had kind of like stamped down some of the toilet paper that was on the ground, and I could see like the tread, and I was like, oh, okay, that's an Adidas Gazelle. And then that's a Keds something or other.
That's
you know,
Bruno Mali's.
and I
Oh
was
my God,
looking at-
OJ was here.
So I went to school the next day, and I was like looking at my buddy's shoes, and I'm like, "Hey man,
Let me see all treads.
can I see the bottom of your gazelles, dude?" And he
Yeah.
like shows, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And hey, Greg, can I see your shoes too? And then he showed me, and I was like, "You jackasses, man! Like that's not even cool." And they denied it, and I was like, "It's definitely them." And then the next weekend, I hear this pat, 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 eggs hitting my car out in the driveway,
man.
and I look out, and they speed off in a minivan, and I'm like, "That's Greg's mom's minivan."
Right.
Of course it's you guys.
Nothing funnier than the sentence sped off in a minivan.
Yeah,
I
with
know,
the
it's
door
so
open, with
good.
the sliding door open. So it's like,
Like the A-team?
That thing goes from 0 to 60 in 2.4 minutes.
yeah, like in a white Astro.
The suction boys are out.
Yeah, they didn't do it very sneakily.
I don't know. We had like weird stuff too. We did. We would hide catfish bait in each other's cars.
The chicken liver stuff. Oh, that's
Stinks,
the
dude.
worst.
Stinks so bad, and we just hide it like under the seats, and it'd take you days to find it because it stink progressively
Have
worse.
you known anybody to baloney a car?
No.
I remember hearing about that. Something with
funny,
the,
though.
Something with the paint as well.
Oh,
Makes like a
they
little
take
ring.
the paint right off.
Really?
Yeah, if you put hot bologna on a hood.
Oh.
How
Like,
you
if you
get it
put-
hot? You bring in a griddle?
no, but I mean, you put bologna on the hood, and the
In the
sun
Cooks it.
cooks it,
Ew.
Yeah.
and you get rings on the hood. Oh man,
Oh, that's in my belly.
Bologna car ringworm.
Alarming.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bologna been in this belly.
Oh, man.
Getting heated up by my core temp.
Imagine what your bologna belly looks like.
Who knows? Worth it.
Anyway.
It's a bologna day miracle.
Anyway. Now, now I don't think you could.
It's bologna stigmata.
I don't think you could be a teenager and go buy like 4 dozen eggs now.
Without getting an eyeball.
They'll card you.
It's a big breakfast.
Why didn't you
for
eat
me
shaving
and my
cream?
buddies?
Why didn't you eat
some eggs?
or have you ever filled a mailbox with shaving cream?
No.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Shaving
You
cream.
have to put a
we use
stamp
lot
on it,
of.
or
We did that on cars too, and I think that kind of messed up.
That messes up paint. But we would fill mailboxes just with the straight up Barbasol.
Wow.
Dude.
Man. With expensive as cars are these days, too, can you imagine somebody damaging your car?
No.
Let's say, you get a car for your son. I'm sure it's a cheapie, right? I mean, mine was a pile of crap, hand-me-down. And this thing had, I had a hole through the door. It was rusted. I mean, it was two-tone rust, real bad. And even though, even with that, when the eggs hit it and I noticed months later that I missed one of the eggs trying to wash it off, it destroyed everything, and it just sucks. But can you imagine that you spent whatever you got to spend on vehicles now for your son, and one of his friends eggs it? Mm-hmm. My dad never got bummed about nothing. The teepee, he was like, whatever. And he said, you know who egged us? And I was like, yeah, man, it was Billy and all those guys. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, get in the car. Straight down to Billy's house. We walk in. It was the weirdest interaction I've ever had in that household. I'm sitting at the dinner table, and he's going, Did you egg that car? And he finally confesses, and he looks at it, and he looks at Billy's dad. He's like, that is not this boy's car. That is my car. That is my property.
Oh, no.
The fact that he brought you there with him is also like,
it was.
Billy's looking at you like you're dead and you're a snitch.
Yeah.
And you're dead.
Big time cool points when your dad drags you along to dress everybody down on a fun night.
Yeah.
It was the end of Billy and I's relationship.
Yeah.
Bye, Billy.
Snitches. Bye, Billy. Snitches get stitches.
Yo, it wasn't no snitches. It was like, hey, who was the perpetrator? I'm going to kick your ass. And we're just going to do it with words this time. Mm-hmm. This time. My dad was.
Next time's violence.
My dad's a big, strong, scary man. So when he was coming over to say, hey, do whatever you want, but, don't mess with my property, man.
Yeah.
That's not about snitches. That's about standing up for yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, you violated my property.
Back to the candy thing. So if you hand out any of these candies, I will tell you how many eggs you should expect to splatter against your siding.
Hit it.
Tied for 11th, Fun Dip. Fun Dip, the only candy that makes you wonder, am I better off just snorting this? Expect 1 egg to hit your house.
Okay.
Tootsie Rolls, tied for 11th. How many eggs will hit your house? 1.
Tootsie Rolls.
Nobody's favorite. Nobody's favorite.
Yo, Tootsie Rolls are fine.
And-
Especially
and-
if you get the little colored ones.
And even in the Tootsie family,
blue and the yellow and the pink.
like the Tootsie Roll Pop is vastly superior.
I don't like a Tootsie Pop.
Yes, I'm with Lern. I disagree.
I love Tootsie
Give me
Pops.
one or the other. I don't need them
this
both.
is from Uprock, so don't yell at me. I'm
Okay,
just the
I'm
messenger
sorry.
here.
I agree. Why the hate on Tootsie Roll, man?
They are always the last thing that is in the bowl.
It's desperation candy.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'll eat that.
Nobody goes for Tootsie Rolls first.
It's the
Nobody.
Yoo-hoo of that world, because it's not a real. It's not even chocolate. It's like,
Right.
what is this
It's
thing?
wax.
It's a thing.
Nobody goes for Tootsie.
Earwax. Maybe?
If there's a bowl of candy, and you got Butterfingers, you got Milky Ways, you got Snickers, who is reaching and going, oh, I'll take a Tootsie Roll? Nobody.
Your former
Zero
friend.
people. Zero people.
Man.
Your former friend.
When's the last time a Tootsie Roll let you down?
I haven't had one. I mean, I haven't chosen to have one in 20 years.
A Tootsie Roll is only if there's nothing else left.
Just because it's not.
What if
you
it's
know,
the big fat
20
Tootsie Roll?
years.
just because it's not coming out and screaming, "Hey, look at me!
Like
I'm
a
a Tootsie
story
Roll."
there.
It doesn't mean it's not a consistent friend. It's never let you down. Never. It's just not a loudmouth.
Number 10,
What if it's that big ass Tootsie Roll?
Yeah,
that
as long
big
as it's
one's
not stale.
Suck on that.
Comes
no.
in looks segments.
yeah.
this
On that
thing-
paper?
Oh, yeah,
Or
baby.
the cardboard?
That was a
I'm
real
talking the
turd.
roll, the single rolls.
Yeah.
The single
A
rolls.
little stingy.
Hot tamales. Worst Halloween candies. Number 10.
Is that,
How many eggs
those
do you
are
expect to hit your house? 2.
Is that Mike
2
and Ike's
cartons.
but red? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
Yeah, they're.
What do they taste like?
And I've
The
seen them.
jellies.
They're cinnamon.
Oh
like
yeah,
cinnamon
fake
beans.
fake cinnamon is right out.
You know what's weird is I've seen them we mentioned it last week, and I've seen them 5 places since we mentioned it.
Hot tamales?
Saw a restaurant in Kansas City that still had them where you could raw dog a handful right out of a quarter machine. And
Oh, yeah.
that's a thing
right,
still,
right,
man.
right.
They're still out there.
Yeah, like you're feeding ducks.
And they say whoever made this candy has never had a tamale before. Or a metal filling they wanted to keep in their molars.
True.
Number 9, dum-dums. Dum-dums. How many eggs should be hitting your house if you hand out dum-dums? Probably 2.
See, now that is the lowest one.
These are only for candy dishes at the bank, period.
Yeah.
If there's a highlights magazine next to it, it's okay to put out.
Yeah,
Cheap bastard.
Those are just filler. That's a basket filler.
And again, at the bank, it's great. We love it at the bank. Anywhere else, we don't love it.
I actually was at a bank a couple weeks ago, and I was at the teller, and I went, ooh, and because there was a
Free dum dum.
free dum-dums.
Yeah, it's incredible at the bank drive-thru.
I made that sound. Ooh.
Hit me.
Blue raspberry, bubblegum, butterscotch, cherry, cotton candy,
Dude, the
cream
butterscotch
soda,
ones are great.
fruit punch, and grape. Those
You know
are
what the
the
butterscotch ones?
No.
Or the root beer ones are good, too.
Root beer was
no,
the winner.
buddy.
You got
those are the
root beer
standards.
The root
Oh, yeah,
beer.
the root beer.
Now they also have a coconut pineapple one. Do y'all have that?
I think all dum-dums are good.
I think I hate dum dums no matter where I'm at. If I'm at the like,
Really?
as you're labeling out, as you're running off flavors, I'm like, oh no.
The mystery one, mystery flavor,
Yeah, but what is it?
nobody knows.
Right.
Number 8 on this list, worst candies is Twizzlers. How many eggs will hit your house if you hand out Twizzlers? 3.
I agree.
Twizzlers are bad?
And I agree
I'm not
with
a
what they
fan.
say here. I know Twizzlers are insanely popular, but they shouldn't be.
I agree. I don't
What-
get it.
This is garbage tier candy.
Every friend of mine
It's garbage.
loved Twizzlers, and it never made
but
sense
do they
to me.
really?
They always ate it. Yeah, I mean, everybody
What's the-
around me always loves those, and I just can't figure it out.
There's another brand that has kind of a more round
The ropes.
straw.
The candy ropes are better.
That's the one? Yeah. There's one of them that I
Those
got
are
introduced to.
Sweeter, right? They're like sweeter and a little bit more gummy rather than
A little
waxy.
waxier.
are they waxier?
No, the Twizzlers are very waxy.
Where you
Super
peel
waxy.
the string is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I
It's like
love
curved.
that. It's fun.
But the string was awesome.
The strings
yeah.
are awesome.
That's where it was at. That was so
Number 7 is Werther's Originals. How many eggs will hit your house? 4, a good candy, yes, but a dismal Halloween candy.
Agreed.
Lern gave me some more, and
They're great.
I tried my first one last week when you guys gave me it for becoming a grandpa, and
That's from listener Heather. She said, wanted to give those to you.
these are good, man. These are good. I've been missing out.
Good.
I thought they were my grandparents' candy, but
now that you're
good stuff.
They're
now that
good,
your,
but they're-
Candy,
your
but not
grandkids.
Halloween candy.
But I almost feel like you need the old man pocket warmth to really enjoy a Werther's.
Oh, wait a second.
Which is
Really?
creepy, but
Hang on.
also
Let me put that
quite
in your
comforting.
Let me see
Now
what
you
that
got to
Yeah.
put one in your pocket.
That's right.
just one.
You got to sit on it for
Pants pocket, so it's like
And next to your balls.
close to.
Yeah, they're made to be warmed by a grandfather's pee-pee.
A Papa's pee-pee.
Papa's pee-pee is what gives Werther's Originals
Yeah, they're
one of a
flavor
kind
intensive.
taste.
Okay, I'm gonna.
like
I'm
a
gonna.
hot toddy.
Papa Moon over here is gonna warm this up, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Number 6 is a double bubble. Double bubble is
Oh, what a waste of
Official
what a
bubble gum of
waste
the
of
St.
time.
Louis Cardinals.
the individually, almost like rolled up like a Tootsie Roll,
Yeah, it's pink.
twisted up. How many eggs, if you're handing out double bubble, should you expect to hit your house? 5.
Double bubble
good.
is somehow the bagged version of baseball card candy. I mean, it's like it may as well be the same crap that you're giving out for free.
You don't
I
break
like
your
it.
tooth
So
normally.
Uprox writes, it's fine, it's whatever, but loses flavor so fast, you're better off not even eating
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's not fine. It's not okay. I don't think we should be living on a planet where this stuff is still being made. I'm sorry.
What are the
That's
Cardinals
a
going to
waste.
do? I mean, they literally chew that in their dugout. So
No one does. No way.
no, I swear to God,
No, they don't. I refuse that reality.
I have a photo somewhere with the huge vat of it in the dugout.
I believe it's in there. I just don't know if
It's
I
been
would-
in there since
Yeah,
1985.
I don't know if anybody's.
I think they do it for pranks whenever they do
We're talking about this, right?
the fire pranks.
This stuff.
These are
yeah.
the off-brand or
They
the
have
off
the-
flavors. I'm
the
talking
bucket.
about the OG,
The OG, they're like
White
blue and
yellow.
yellow, and
I
then there's
think-
pink gum.
They punish you for striking out by making you chew double bubble when you
no
come
way.
back to the.
This was made in 1928. It's a Philadelphia-based Fleer chewing gum company. So that
So
really
they are-
is the baseball card crap, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it okay
It's not okay.
that we're eating something that was invented in 1928 to be with baseball cards? Like, we know that this is not good.
When did the Tootsie Roll come out?
Okay, good
Wait,
point.
what did you just call it?
A Tootsie Roll?
A Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
Hi.
Oh my gosh! Look who owns Double Bubble. Tootsie Roll.
They roll them
no.
the same. They probably use the same twisting machines.
Yeah.
Now I'm
package them.
conflicted.
Look at where Tootsie Roll came out.
I know. I'm so torn. Tootsie Roll Industries. Let's see.
1890s,
Well, see,
127 years ago.
I mean,
Are
that
you
can be
kidding me?
respected. Okay, fine. Get rid of both of them.
Michael says the red vine licorice. That's where it's
Red
at.
That's what it
vines.
was.
Yeah,
Yes.
red vines.
That's
Yeah.
where it's at. Number 5, worst candies, dots. How many eggs should you expect to
They
hit
burn your house down if you give dots.
Yo.
6.
Dots are so good and such a hassle. It's something that could be so awesome if it was done right.
they
I
say
mean,
here-
have you ever got through? You ever got through like a box of them and been like, oh, just a one
with all
little
your teeth
twist.
intact.
That's what I mean. If they just
no,
changed it,
Moon.
you gotta chew it like this. You're like half bite, and you're like,
They say don't reach for that next dot. It's a trap.
it is a trap, but it's an attractive trap. I get it.
Number 4 is Chico stick.
What's
How
that?
many eggs will hit your house? 7. I think it's like a peanut butter,
Chico's.
a Chico
No, this
stick.
is chicken. This tastes like chicken.
It tastes like
What?
chicken.
A Chico
What?
stick.
In the world?
Yeah, it's like
this
it's a savory thing. It looks like.
No, it's
Atkinson
peanut
Candy
butter.
Company.
You're on.
Is it the
crack.
same as Butterfinger?
looks like
Look.
It's like a Butterfinger.
Churro or something?
I've
Pretty
never
much-
seen
it's
this in my
pretty much
life.
the inside of a Butterfinger.
I've
Yes.
always thought it was like a
Like real
chicken.
chicken?
Yeah.
The
I
inside-
literally always avoided it because I'm like, why would anybody want that powdery weird chicken?
So you thought
Yep.
that chicken flavored candy was in the candy aisle
I did.
Hey,
up until this moment.
I refuse this at Farm Fresh in the candy aisle.
there's
okay?
plenty of places on this planet that I'm sure have chicken flavored candy.
All right, I will try this. Why is it called Chico
I'm
stick?
gonna
It's
say
disgusting.
no. By the very definition of candy.
Speaking of a trap, though, I mean, the inside of a Butterfinger is a trap. I mean, Butterfinger's so good, but again, I don't know about you guys, but I got some crevices in my
Yeah.
teeth, and when you start going through a Butterfinger, you go, "This is regrettable."
It
immediately.
starts out as glass.
I love it.
yeah,
That was one
dude.
of those that I fell in love with when I was a
It
kid.
becomes something else. I
It's
don't
a
know.
great texture.
Starts out as glass.
I also
just
don't like
assumed
to
the
work.
inside of a Butterfinger was its own element.
Yeah, it is.
It's on
It
the
is.
periodic table.
Yeah, and I don't want to
Under
work to eat
CO
to enjoy my
stick.
candy.
And that's what this is. A Chico stick is.
I mean, essentially, it's,
It's
a
like,
little
yeah.
different,
That
but
looks
it's essentially the
disgusting.
same.
never seen that.
They say don't be surprised if whoever you give this candy to throws it back at you in disgust and confusion.
I'm that person.
They're
Peanut
not-
butter, cane sugar, corn syrup.
I don't think they sell these in Missouri. I've never heard of this.
Then you got candy corn number 3. How many eggs will hit your house? 8. They say candy corn is awful, and the people who like it are weirdos. All right. Good and Plenty's number 2. How many eggs will hit your house if you hand out Good and Plenty's? 9.
Let's go 10.
It's funny. I still remember the Good and Plenty house in my neighborhood.
They say more like Bad and Plenty.
I remember the guy. I remember the guy who gave out change, like dimes, and if you were lucky, it was a quarter. But it was like dimes, nickels, and pennies. I still, when I pass
He's
that
a rich
house,
guy.
I'm always like, "There's the guy that gave out change at Halloween." And I remember, you go down one block from his house, make a right. The 6th house on the left gave out Good and Plenty's, and all I thought was,
Yeah.
they don't know any children.
I feel like when they named it, they went through adjectives until someone agreed, and that became the name. Like, are they good? No. Is there plenty?
Yeah. We got plenty of them.
All right. We're done here.
Here's cheap licorice
Got plenty of these things here.
for weird adults.
Tell you what, I really don't even like Mike and Ike.
Good and Plenty's are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
Yeah.
They really
Or
are,
medicine.
right?
What a-hole hands those out, honestly?
A pharmacist, I
6th
think,
house
is-
on the left.
Like on purpose?
I almost said the street name. I don't want to say it.
You'll have plenty because every time you ask somebody if they want, they'll say F no. That's altogether too strong of an emotion to express over rejecting candy, but that's how bad Good and Plenty's are.
It's also the same guy that yelled at me for playing in the creek behind his house. Same guy. It's all making sense now. Curmudgeon,
That
Good and
seems-
Plenty.
That seems on brand for somebody who hands out Good and Plenty's. And number 1, what's the number 1 worst candy to hand out? Go ahead, Moon.
Smarties?
Oh, is
No,
it Smarties?
not Smarties. No, come on. It was last week's too when we had that list
This
from
is
last week.
It better not be what I
This
think
is the
it
number 1 on every list of the worst candies out there.
Why am I thinking? Because I thought you would say candy corn for number 1, because that's what everybody
No.
bitches about.
Like, I say candy corn's like the Nickelback of candies. Like I think candy corn at this point is cool to hate.
Oh, Nico wafers.
Oh.
Are we all guessing?
Almond
No, I
Joy.
said
Oh. I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Nickel wafers.
Okay, and which ones are those? Those are the ones that look like coins?
They're the
I like how butthurt you are about me guessing it, man. Like, who gives a
No,
crap?
I said it was the same thing as last
Oh,
week. And Moon wasn't here last week.
I still don't.
These
I
are
still
Tums.
don't know if I've had these.
No living human likes Necco wafers. None. 0 people.
Okay, this comes in the roll. Looks like it looks like if Mentos was a company in 1905.
It's like giving kids Tums.
those hearts. It's the little hearts, right?
which is good.
No. You talking about like the Valentine's Day
I mean,
hearts?
they taste is it the
I
same.
love Valentine's Day
Yes,
conversation.
yes, they kind of taste like that.
Then you love these, right?
No, I don't love these. These are not the same.
That'd be a really horrible Halloween candy is the hearts from Valentine's Day.
I have
Hey,
them.
man, how old are these?
You know when this was introduced?
Be mine. Don't worry about it. Get out of here.
1847.
Yeah, I got plenty of them.
Slavery.
Wow.
1847. Isn't that crazy? 1847 that
Yeah,
these
they're
they
still
were
trying to
making
get
this.
rid of the surplus.
We're
still
still trying to hand them out.
Trying to hand them
candy,
out.
huh?
There's a guy named Necromonic on our chat, and he says, "Riz, you can't speak for me. I love them. You have to change your name to Nicomonic from now on, then, because you're the only
There's
person.
one.
There's one person.
Those things are from
one.
1847.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1847.
dude, that's
Colonel Angus has arrived to woo you. He has brought Necco wafers as a tasty treat for my daughter.
they're from Boston.
Makes sense.
That means they were even more of a delicacy in the South. Doesn't blow up my character work.
Hey,
Wow, dude.
has anybody been having more frequent or vivid dreams this month? Have you noticed?
I have.
Yeah,
Have you really?
Well, I also had 1 or 2 nights of actual sleep, so I don't really dream anymore because I don't get enough sleep. But when I get more than 5 hours or 6 hours on occasion, I'll have a dream, and I'm like, wow, that was terrifying, but I'm glad to have been back in the alternate realm. Kind of nice. Have you had some vivid dreams this month?
Yeah, I have.
I also think something that affects it a little bit for me is that it's cooler now and I'm sleeping a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for this, guys. If you're having vivid dreams this month, the sleep expert says that as the days become shorter and darkness descends earlier, our internal body clocks must adopt to a new nightly routine. As days become shorter and darkness descends earlier, our hormones responsible for sleep increase. This adjustment can influence the frequency and vividness of our dreams. So our most common dreams this month are about nudity and hair falling out.
Huh.
No. Just no.
Yours are not about nudity or hair falling out?
No, I had a dream about my dead dad, and so that was a spiritual visit, possibly. And then last night I dreamed vividly. I've lost it. You know how you forget your dreams real fast? But I was somewhere weird last night, man. But I don't think my hair was falling out. I mean, in real life, my hair was falling
You just
out.
know you were somewhere weird, but you can't remember where.
Yeah, I can't remember what the situation was.
Were you naked?
No. You know what? I dream often. Do you guys have recurring dreams or situations? that
Oh,
you-
yeah.
Like I dream constantly I'm in bathrooms. Like either showering or just in a bathroom having a conversation or like
It's just because you got to pee.
No, it's not. I don't know what it is.
What's your recurring dream, Riz?
I don't have recurring dreams.
None. You've never had the same dream twice or a similar dream twice?
Not that I know of.
You should see someone about that.
Or like a
Moon?
situation.
Mine are typically places. They're not scenarios that repeat. They're places that I find myself in. Typically houses or particular buildings.
Interesting.
Lucky.
Which is supposed
You
to
guys are
represent.
lucky.
You have
which is
recurring dreams,
supposed
Scott?
to represent like your life.
I haven't in years. When I was a little kid, I did, and it was one of those scary ones for some reason. But it looked like I was in a basement, like the old school basements. You know, they're all concrete, and there was one light hanging down, and I was sitting in a chair, and someone was coming over with a razor.
Wow.
That's all I remember of it.
Like a scooter?
Okay, psycho.
Yeah, the scooter.
I used to have a recurring one about a sunrise, a particular sunrise, that I actually always took as a good sign.
Well,
Yeah, that's nice.
I dream that I'm trying to this, and it sucks. It's the worst dream in the world. I'm usually trying to protect someone I care about deeply, and I'm like in slow motion. I feel like I'm in concrete, and there'll be like a dark figure trying to attack them.
yeah, I've had those dreams too. Not that I'm in slow
It
motion.
almost feels like you're underwater, or
And
like
I'm
you're-
trying to do something, but it's in slow motion. I can't become full speed.
Yeah, I'll try to punch the person or try to like get them off of the. Usually, it's like my son or my. It's different people that I care about, but it'll always be like a powerless like doink, Like I'll go to hit him, and it'll be like, ugh.
I've had that dream
and then
too.
I'm like, oh no. It's like in the moment, it's like one of the worst dreams in the world.
I've had that
because
dream
you
too.
feel like you're someone's harming someone you care about, and you're powerless. I'm sure that's probably don't have to dig too deep to find the meaning behind it, but
it's not harming somebody else. For me, it's either trying to protect myself,
get away,
or do something I just can't because I'm almost at half speed as everybody else is at full speed.
Have you ever died in your dreams?
No, I thought you can't.
I have seen myself die in multiple dreams. So like that whole thing, like if you die in your dreams, you die here because your heart stops or something like that. I don't know if that's true because the time that I died, I was in a canoe on a river, and there was like a stick or something sticking out of or like a log sticking out of the water. It was like that, and I put my hand out, and this spider bit me, and I died, and I went like into like
apparition mode.
Like ghost mode or angel mode, and saw my dead body floating in a canoe down from the thing.
Hey, speaking of spiders, I do want to bring this up,
And that's recurred multiple times.
and this is a nightmare for reals.
Oh.
It's a woman from Missouri. I don't know where she's from. I tried to look up if she's from this area. But a Missouri woman has gone viral with a before and after video of herself at a medical office. In the first part of the video, she just found out that there's something curled up inside her ear, and she's waiting for the nurses to flush it out. In the second part, she's in tears saying it was a live spider. And she was so grossed out that she threw up. So the spider crawled into her ear
Oh, no.
while she was sleeping.
See?
No, the whole thing, the adage is your mouth, like you swallow 8 spiders a year or something like that.
well,
Here's this woman from Missouri talking about it.
Well, they confirmed that there is something in my ear. She goes, there's something in there. It's not a moth. I am so embarrassed, first of all, because that's so gross and I'm a clean person. It's an uneasy feeling. It was a spider. It was alive.
It's horribly.
Live spider.
And you're clean. Don't worry about it. Spiders can be anywhere.
Sure.
I'm not
the same
judging her at
girl
all.
from New York.
Oh, with I'm crying because I have a 9-to-5 job that I can't handle. I just can't.
I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't suck, but like, it seemed like a little
Over the top. Yeah, a little over the top.
Okay,
Calm down, lady.
I'll put it back in there if you don't stop.
See, that's the noise you make whenever they tell you they couldn't remove it.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah, we can't get it out. That's when you start crying.
Yeah.
She said she threw up. Well, here's a follow-up video from the woman telling you what kind of spider it was.
Like 100 other people want to see a picture of the spider. I wanted nothing to do with it when it left. Yeah, so small little black fuzzy jumping spider. Everyone's comments telling me I'm a really great storyteller.
Okay, you're a great storyteller.
Aw,
I'm a really great storyteller.
Thank you.
Jumping spiders are so cool.
They are cute. They're the
Not when
cutest
they land
looking
in your ear.
spiders. Well,
They
no.
seem very smart too.
They are, dude. They you can tame them and train them. Telling you, Fancy was cool as heck, man. Fancy loved me.
Oh,
Well,
that was a jumper.
The
Yeah.
Fancy's brother was in that woman's ear.
Yeah. Yo, Fancy pulled 2 years.
R.I.P. Fancy.
Had a good life.
Another spider in an ear story. A woman. Okay, so this woman heard loud noises in her ear. This is a woman from Taiwan, a 64-year-old woman. They found a spider had shed its exoskeleton in her ear canal. So, in a medical journal, they say she had woken to the feeling of a creature moving inside her left ear. And the woman heard incessant beating and clicking and rustling sounds.
Oh,
Wow.
And she heard it for over 4 days. So it was like crawling around and trying to shed its exoskeleton inside her ear for 4 days.
where did
Again,
it go?
clicking and a beating sound and rustling.
Little naked spider somewhere.
So she didn't go to the doctor until she couldn't sleep through the noise because it was constant. And physicians found this live spider hanging out in her external auditory canal. Spider and exoskeleton were removed via suction, and the woman's symptoms were cured immediately. Good night, everybody.
Have you guys ever done the ear candling to get all the exoskeletons out of your ears?
Exoskeletons? No.
No.
Have you? My wife's done it.
No, I've always wanted to do it. Like, do they just pour the wax in and then they pull it out and it's just this nasty, hairy?
I don't know how they do it.
Ren and
hollow
Stimpy
tube.
looking thing. Oh,
I honestly think it's a scam. I've done it. I could be wrong, but it's like a hollow, so it looks almost like like if you twisted a piece of paper up, but it's wax.
Wax
And you put
pipe.
it in your ear, and as it burns down, the smoke is supposed to pull wax out of your ear, but it's a candle. It's made of wax. So as it melts, you look inside the tube, and you're like, look at all the wax in there. And I'm like, yeah, it's a candle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Made
it's
of wax.
candle wax.
right.
But
Spider Lady from
I swear
Farmington.
by him.
Interesting.
Shout out to Farmington.
Yeah.
Farmington,
What's up, Farmington? Spider Lady?
scariest place in Missouri right now.
Oh man.
Yeah. I see dead people. Just a couple leftover stories that I hadn't gotten to this week. Anybody been to Taos, New Mexico?
Yes, I love it.
You've really been there?
I've really been there. It's one of my favorite places I've ever been.
Briefly, that's one of the spots that they do the Earth Pod. No, what's it called? Earth Pod.
The
No,
Earth
no.
houses?
Yeah. What do they call it? Earth shuttles.
No.
Earth ship.
Earth ships. Yep.
What the hell's that?
That's a.
It's like a house made of like a completely just like a
Organic
like recycled
materials.
and organic. And,
Oh,
like,
well,
they're
They're cool.
incredible.
They're like spaceships.
But I know
Taos,
I
New
know,
Mexico.
I know Taos is
What happened?
They're pretty cool.
having some issues
What?
right now.
What?
That's
What
where your
happened?
dirt's from.
I know.
What are you gonna say?
I mean,
Tomato.
if there's something weird
Tomato,
going on
yeah.
there, they really don't want a new Starbucks going in.
Oh,
No, dude,
dang.
it's a very like you come into this community and kind of like live how we live, or don't
Yeah,
come here.
apparently the people of Starbucks are finding that out.
What, like, wait, is this like
It almost seems like, you know how Idaho's like hey man, we're preppers here, we're all gonna die but we're gonna be ready, like those kind
Yeah,
of folks. New Mexico's like hey man, we're gonna do things super eco this and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, and if you don't want that, like, please never come here.
So people go to Taos, New Mexico. I mean, art museums and historic adobe buildings and
Gorgeous.
skiing actually too. Like this skiing.
It's real cool, except for everybody's getting priced out now. It's super expensive. It used to be
So-
like friendly.
They wanted to put a standalone Starbucks in there, and they keep burning it down.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
the people
Burning
in
it down?
Spain-
It's an
Burning it down.
environmentally friendly way to get rid of it.
So the first standalone Starbucks was announced in Taos in late August, and it immediately sparked like the locals versus big corporations debate. And the locals were not happy. And the construction site was set on fire less than a week after the project was made public. So the first fire was August 30th, burned the front facade of the store, and somebody spray painted F no on the window.
It's a hippie town, though. Like,
Super.
it's, like, so I understand. I mean, I don't like that they're burning it down, but like, I could see you go there. It's all local stuff, like local shops.
Yeah.
Very. It's so cool, man.
Wow.
It is.
It is
super
a
cool.
easygoing hippie town with a ski valley called Taos Ski Valley, owned by a billionaire named Louis Bacon.
Yeah, man.
It's a nice, easygoing.
Louis Bacon, huh?
It's
We
a-
don't like big billionaire companies coming in here. Now get off my ski lift.
I've taken
Well,
that ski lift.
It's hippie, but it's like not Colorado hippie. It's like desert hippie.
So the second fire this week
That's really
burned the
funny.
entire thing down. I mean, so they started rebuilding again, and then this next fire just took the whole thing out.
Wow.
Gone.
Are they done with this idea?
Well, they've already got 2 Starbucks in grocery stores, so no standalones.
Yeah.
Did anyone look at the local coffee shop and ask questions? I'd start there.
No, we're good. We're all about the environment.
So
here.
the fires, set it off. Discussion on social media: was the arson justified?
I'm gonna go ahead and
No.
say that. I don't think any arson is ever justified.
Some Reddit users in Taos seem to think, yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. They said they wanted to buy Taos flaming Starbucks stickers after the first fire.
Wow.
They
Dark
say large
roads.
chains such as Starbucks are literally designed to extract value from the places where they are and place that value in the pockets of Howard Schultz and his shareholders. Other people like this person wrote, I'm for sure not a fan of Starbucks and don't want to see a third in town, but arson, come on, people.
Come on.
Come
What's
on.
the deal with all this arson?
Arson, come on.
And did they buy the big match company Diamond Match and support that big business and use that to create that fire?
Is that located there?
No, you know,
Oh.
but they're just
Oh, that'd be ironic.
yeah.
If
Using
the
big
Diamond Match
matches.
Company of Taos, New Mexico
Big
was
match?
there. Yeah, we will not
Big match strikes
kowtow
again.
to big match. Well, the ATF's involved now, so yeah.
Man.
Are they going to come in and be like, "Yep, they burnt it"?
Yep,
I would
it
move
was
to
on,
Taos.
It was on fire.
Like, that's one of those places you go visit, and I like left, and I go, I could live here.
If they
I might
only
go
built
there.
a Starbucks.
That's where you would retire?
Yeah, that might be where I'm
Dude,
at.
it's pretty rad. Except
Tim,
for
we're packing up the solar panels.
We're going.
in the
Going to Taos.
In the last 10 years, the property values and houses, I was looking at one of those Earth ships. Yo, so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what that is. So
Oh,
it's made
dude,
of
Show
like,
him
let
an
me
Earth
show you
ship.
some of these.
it's like a house made of recycled things.
It's like a circular house made of very eco-conscious, made of materials. You're in the ground. Some of them are built into cliffs and
but
whatnot.
they're all
They're probably
so, dude, they're all so creative.
Yeah, none of them look the same. It's
Like,
so cool.
like, look at these things, dude.
oh, ugly.
They look like little Flintstone houses.
This is City
This is the
Museum.
cool, yeah, man, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine living with
Looks
Whoa,
It's a
that's a
museum.
cool one.
solar panel. Usually they're self-sustaining. Like, I mean, that's the point of them. I believe is to be self-sustaining. So they're built into the
I like
earth.
Starbucks too much.
So they can kind of cool themselves. Solar
I like it too.
panels. They'll have like water collection systems, gardens, all those kind of things.
Airbnbs out there, Earth ships.
But do they have a pumpkin cream cold brew?
No,
They don't.
not
That's a good
anymore.
point, Rafe.
That's a problem.
That's gone. That ship is
That's a
sailed.
problem.
Look, like, come on, man, Riz, you don't want to stay in something like
No,
this?
that's cool looking. That's
Sweet as
cool
hell.
looking.
All right, I could handle this.
Yeah,
I say
when
we
it's-
all move there.
And it's all desert, motif. Like this is my vibe, guys. This
It's
is where
just an interesting take from the town.
To burn the star.
Yeah.
To
Like I
burn
looked
the
up
star-
this
Yeah.
Lewis Bacon guy, and he is a philanthropist for like conservation efforts, but he runs a global hedge fund headquartered in New York, London, and Hong Kong.
Well, we at
So
Taos.
if you're worried about people extracting value from your community, I got a news flash for you, Taos. It's already happening.
Yeah, but I wonder how many people that ski resort employs.
Maybe. But how
These
many-
Earth houses are not building themselves.
That's right, but
Earthship.
Starbucks isn't
whatever the hell it's
self-serve,
called.
buddy.
Locally here, this is from Fox 2's website. A St. Louis man admitted to selling hundreds of fake temp tags and other counterfeit items during a federal court hearing. 35-year-old Mario Cooks pleaded guilty to 3 felony counts of fraudulent transfer and of an authentication feature. He admitted to producing 27 fake insurance ID cards and an undisclosed number of fake dealer license plates.
He's not making any money, dude. Everybody's got their temp tags that they got from the dealership, and they are.
Well, he was selling the fake
fucking
temp
their own.
tags for $60 each, fake dealer plates for $6.50 each. This guy had a little business going.
Rafe, do you have temp
Locally.
tags still?
Why would you pay more than regular license plates to get fake temp tags?
All right.
I guess to commit
Well,
crimes.
because
or
when you
something.
get plates, you need inspections, you need personal property tax receipts.
Oh, yeah, I think Scott hit it on the head too. Commit crimes.
Or commit crimes.
You got a tag that's not trackable. That's good for you to run amok for 30 days, 60 days, something like that. Cost you whatever this cost you.
$6.50 for fake dealer dealer plates. $60 for fake temp tags. Crimes, or I haven't paid the taxes on my car because we just bought out my wife's car from her lease, and yeah, I mean it's just like buying a new car. Like had to go to the DMV, had to get the inspection, had to get the personal property tax thing. Like they wanted all that stuff.
Did you have to go to... I still have to go to Market Street or somewhere and get...
She went up to St. Anne. There's a place in St. Anne.
to get the personal property tax waiver or whatever?
Yeah. She had to go up to St. Anne to do it. There's a place in Clayton, and there's a place up in St. Anne. She went up to St. Anne to do it.
To get the personal property tax waiver?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I can do that. They gave me some address like down on Market Street.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you
Like
live in
the
the city.
government building. And I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to mess with that right away.
Yeah, but once you got all the paperwork done,
Yeah, but it's like
was-
3 trips. Missouri is so much harder than Illinois. It's insane to me how much more difficult they make it to get a license plate
oh,
here.
yeah, well, you have to jump through 4,000. The worst
They're
is
trying to change it, I think.
the
Right?
worst is when you go to the DMV and after waiting and you have something missing, like a missing document.
Oh, yeah. I stood in line forever.
Even they feel bad. Even the DMV people feel bad. The woman said to my wife, because she went up there and didn't have the personal property tax waiver.
Can't they look that up?
After a second. Not if you're not in the system, because she didn't own the car, and I don't own my car, so we're not in the whatever. They made her go up to St. Anne, and the woman felt so bad. She goes, "When you come back, you don't even have to wait in line."
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to a nice lady at the DMV.
Holy
Sure,
nice
you were at the
lady.
DMV, dude?
Yeah, I was
This
just
might
saying,
have been a dream you had.
Yeah, man, I'm getting bit by spiders.
I
and
was
you're-
naked and my hair was falling out.
You're skipping
Yeah.
lines.
because if you guys want to skip the lines and stuff, I have a buddy that I haven't been able to reach him in a couple of days, but he does temp
Hey.
tags and fake plates, man. If you need him, he's a good guy.
Yeah. All right, before we move on, we do have to crown the Craigslist Freak of the Week. That's right. So we're in the quarterfinals. We're in the quarterfinals. So yesterday we had two champions. Mm-hmm. Two champions go at it. One of these ads, based on your votes, will be moving on to the semifinals. Now, we've already had Scarecrow go through last week. Boom, going through. This week, it's either Super Smash Brothers or Preg Baruby. And based on your votes, with 66.7% of your vote, we say congratulations and welcome to the semifinals.
Wow.
The number 7 seed, ladies and gentlemen, Preg Baruby.
Man seeking pregnant woman, 53 years old, Halifax. Baby bump and looking to hump. This is exactly what it sounds like. I'm only aroused by pregnant people, preferably 6 months or higher, as this is when you will definitely be showing. Expecting mothers do it for me. I lose control when I see a woman giving off that motherly glow as she waddles towards me with her large round belly, the bigger the better, and heavy knockers filled with milk. Baby isn't the only one who wants a bottle. If I can put my hands on your swollen tummy and feel the baby kicking, that will really set me up for next level pleasure and excitement. Hearing this, you may be thinking I'm a weirdo who gets off on what's considered taboo, and maybe that's partially true, but after years of therapy, I realized I was the oldest sibling, and I lovingly watched my mommy prepare to deliver my younger sister, and that manifested into this fetish for me. At least it isn't a full-on Oedipus complex. It's just a dude who thinks all pregos are his cup of tea. But if you look like my mom, that's not a deal breaker. In fact, it's a bonus. She had brown hair and blue eyes, so feel free to send pics. After we have sex, can we pretend the baby is mine? I can keep a secret. The real daddy doesn't need to know.
Congratulations, Preg Baruby. Moving on, and we say goodbye to Super Smash Brothers. These were the fellas, the brothers. The one wanted to get a lady of the night for his younger brother's 30th and then join in on the fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
After about 45 minutes. But
Cool guys.
cool guys. Cool guys. You guys had a good run. So congratulations. You made it to the quarterfinals. But alas.
It was a good
you
run.
lose. Yeah, you lose to Preg Baruby. And thank you all for your votes. Next week's matchup will be Lady Kaka versus Pooter McGavin.
Nice.
The Dookie Bowl.
Yeah. Is that the Dookie Bowl?
I think so. Just judging by the names.
Yep. Hey, before we shout out the Team Riz Member of the Day, we have to shout out the sponsors of our heads.
Oh, yeah.
And we start with Moon, and all these companies have made very generous donations to the Song Society. Great organization that it's music therapy for kids going through illness.
That's right. And River City Tree Service was kind enough to donate. RiverCityTreeService.com. These are my guys for all things tree talk. Licensed and insured, tree removal, tree trimming, storm damage, residential and commercial. They do it all and have since 2008 in our area. You can get a free quote on the website. You can even join their team. Get a hold of them by calling 314-270-8071. And the website is rivercitytreeservice.com. Thank you guys very much for your donation.
Thank you, River City Tree Service. Lern, your hat.
Yes, the Elder Emo Co. is a woman-owned clothing brand, and they donated to the Song Society. And I love this because, you know, if you're a punk or you've been into alternative music or maybe you love emo still, this is a brand for you, and I love that it's woman-owned. So find them on all of the socials. You can shop at elderemoco.com. It was never a phase. It's a lifestyle.
All right, thank you, Elder Emo.
I met her last week. Lovely gal.
That's cool.
Rafe.
Very cool. Fired up jellies and jams. A whole lot of sweet with just a little heat. There it is. That's the heat. Sinful Peach Habanero and Strawberry Vanilla Rhubarb are award-winning brands from Fired Up Jelly and Jams, and they are available right now at Schnucks in the deli section, or you can order online at firedupjnj.com.
Thank you, Fired Up Jellies and Jams. King Scott.
Get ready for a spooktacular Halloween costume contest presented by EPC over in St. Charles, right there at 70 in Cave Springs. And they're going to do this till the 31st of October, every day from 8 to 5. So go in there, and they have all kinds of great prizes for the most creative costumes in kids and adult categories. Plus, they have exciting tech deals right now going through the 28th of October. You can get a Dell Latitude 5400 laptop with Windows 11 for only $199. So make sure to go to EPC, win some great prizes, get some great deals. They're absolutely amazing, and they have a cool 3D printer. So go check it out.
All right. Thank you, EPC, and thank you to Bombshell Construction Services for being my hat of the week and their generous donation to the Song Society. Bombshell Construction Services specializes in high-end residential and commercial development. Check them out on Facebook, and you'll see why it isn't built until it's bombshell built.
Love that.
Me too. All right. And that is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor Team Riz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From Granite City, Illinois, Alyssa Bogard is our Team Riz member of the day. Alyssa listens to the Riz Show every morning before work, loves how the guys treat each other like a dysfunctional family, but a family nevertheless. Huge fan of the banter and jokes the gang shares every day and all the experiences with the band she's gotten a chance to see over the years. Alyssa loves the morning news and all the games that are played daily as well. Well, thank you, Alyssa. Alyssa Bogard from Granite City is our Team Riz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Riz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:19. Friday, traffic and weather. First look, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got an exit ramp from 270 westbound to Big Bend closed due to a stalled vehicle. Look out there. There's also a lane closed due to a stalled vehicle 270 eastbound at Manchester, and a right lane closed due to a crash 70 eastbound at 5th Street. Your point forecast, cold front coming in after some possible thunderstorms later today. High of 79, though. Right now it's 64 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
400 pounds of Taylor Swift, 16 stone 2024. George Clooney's nipples are up for auction, and the greatest horror movie villains of all time.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And locally here, your chance to be in a major motion picture.
Yes.
I'm down.
I know this. I had you in mind when I saw the story, Scott. Stand by for the details next. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow1057thepoint.com. Crap on Celebrities here in just a moment. Rafe's In Memoriam coming up. Friday Fail Stories coming up. Comedian Tony Rock in studio.
A packed show.
Packed show today, yeah. Try to give away some stuff as well. Tony Rock is Chris Rock's brother. He's at Helium this weekend. Man, that guy's got an interesting story. He comes from a family of 8 brothers and sisters.
Oh, yeah?
And the mom apparently fostered like 17 other kids.
Wow.
And they're from Brooklyn. And I can't imagine how many people they squeezed into a Brooklyn apartment.
Right.
and just trying to vie for attention. Jeez.
Let's get into it with them.
We're
Let's
going to get
ask.
into it. We're going to get into it.
What's the Dr. Seuss one? Is it the Who's? The Horton Hears a Who, where the dad is like going through the. There's like he's got like 200 kids, and he gives like kid time, and he's sitting at the table, and they just kind of come up, and they each get like 6 seconds.
I thought Horton Hears a Who was the elephant.
Yes, and he hears a who, because it's like Whoville on the living on the flower.
Yeah.
Right, and isn't one of the characters like a dad with like 500 kids, and there's some scene where they're all kind of lining up.
Yeah, you got
like,
6
hi,
seconds.
Dad, how's it going? Everything good? See ya.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad, how's it going?
Well, it's got to be exhausting for the dad to feign interest in how the kids' days were.
Yeah, think of how much yelling and I mean his arm get tired from all the beating.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
How was your
It was
day?
like that with my dad, but he only had 3.
Yeah.
How was your day? It'll come to me. Scott.
Yes.
Scott's your name, right?
It was all right. What grade are you in now? I know King Scott's always wanted to be in a movie.
Yes.
The speaking role, though, right?
Yeah, a featured role.
Yeah.
Because I've done the extra stuff before, and it's really cool to see a blurry spot on the screen. You're like, I think that's me.
There's a casting call. Movie extras wanted in St. Louis for upcoming film. The movie is going to be called On Fire.
Yeah.
It's going to start filming in St. Louis next month. There's a call for locals to help. Do you know about this movie?
Yeah, I got a casting call from my agency.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Like, hey, man, you want to be an extra?
It's the best.
Oh, you got a casting call like, for an extra?
Yeah, just
An
for
extra?
this.
Okay.
Just for this, not for anything, not for any speaking role.
Well, do you know who's in the movie?
Yeah,
Who's in the movie?
me.
Starring Rafe Williams.
Starring Rafe Williams.
Die
On
Hard.
Fire, starring
On
Rafe
fire.
Williams.
Die Hard 6.
No, do you know who's attached to this?
No, I don't.
William H. Macy,
Oh.
Wow.
Very cool.
John Corbett. Who,
Oh, my God. Aiden from Sex and the City.
and My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Also cool.
So, yeah, this is a big movie.
Is this a rom-com?
No, it's a true story of a guy from St. Louis who, I think when he was 9 years old, was playing with matches and gasoline in the garage and burned 100% of his body.
Golly.
What?
And now
Wait
he's
a
like
minute.
now he's like a motivational speaker. It's an inspiring story. It's called On Fire. So William H. Macy is going to play Jack Buck.
Good cast. I can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I could see it too.
That's kind of cool.
That's neat.
Man.
And they're filming it in St.
Yeah,
Louis?
they're filming it in St. Louis. Oregon. And
Must
again,
need
it's a
the
guy,
arch in the background.
It's a guy from St. Louis.
How are they filming with the strike and all that?
Great point.
I don't know. Crews expect to shoot for the film in St. Louis between November 6th and December 9th. Anyone interested in a potential big screen appearance,
But you know what? Maybe they're doing the extra stuff.
you're going to apply online.
Oh,
Well, they're
right,
looking
right.
for non-union background extras.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
non-union.
So it's all,
Okay,
it's
so
all
they're
the
getting all
background.
that prep done. Okay.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
got-
I'm non-union, so if you need a speaking role,
Yeah.
I'm eligible. ready.
Organizers are searching for background extras or people who could appear in a non-speaking capacity within the film.
Yeah, but then I'm a pro. I've been paid.
I never
Let's
know
do
if I'm
it.
in the union or not because with SAG-AFTRA, I guess I am in the union, but I don't get.
No, you wouldn't
I'm
be
eligible.
in the acting part of it.
I don't get in the insurance.
I'm eligible. I have to pay the next one if I do any of that stuff.
I
but-
think you have to be in the acting wing of it. Like there's
You do?
different, yeah. Because when I was in
'Cause I don't remember.
I was in the radio side of things.
Yeah, but this is like a performer thing. I don't know if I've ever seen the division in that.
Well, you're
I
out
get,
then.
I get the letters all the time, like
That's
vote
more
on
extra
this,
time
vote
for
on
me.
that.
Let me see here. On Fire is based on the book On Fire: 7 Choices to Ignite a Radically Inspired Life, which was written by John O'Leary, St. Louis guy, based on his experiences as a burn survivor. Sean McNamara is the director. Let me see here. Looking for 18 and older, non-union. Let me see here. Oh, I got how much you'd be paid too. So if selected for extra work, the payment is $96 for 8 hours of work. Extras generally work 12 to 13 hours on set and must be available to stay on set for the entire 12 to 13 hours for continuity purposes. After 8 hours of work and overtime, rate will be paid, minus any meal breaks. There you go. $96 for 8 hours of work.
Still, it's pretty fun.
Sure.
That's where I got the time I did. I met Clooney and Danny McBride. So it was a pretty
here we go.
special moment.
Was that for Up in the Air?
Yeah.
Adult extras will portray background roles such as college students, which I'd be great at, right?
Frat boy. Yep.
Frat boy. Okay. So looking for college students, hospital employees. I could do that as well. I'm very versatile.
You are.
If you guys are looking for anybody.
Great beard.
Diner patrons. Oh, that's I could eat. I could
Right
eat.
now.
I could eat for hours. I could pretend to eat for even longer.
Prisoners,
Definitely.
drivers, professional baseball players,
Look at that.
fundraising gala attendees.
I've done that before.
I knew. Is that for this movie?
Yeah, they're looking for these. If you're an extra, you may be in one of these kind of roles.
So there is and she's great, and we should go down there sometime. Joni Tackett Casting in Kirkwood. She does a lot of casting for movies, and that's where my call came out of her office. When you go in her office, it's all like, all the posters are like For the Love of the Game with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And what was the one where Whoopi Goldberg coached the Knicks? Wasn't that?
Sister Act?
Yeah. No, it's a big movie. It was a big movie, too.
It was a good movie. It was actually pretty good. But anyway, it's all these big sports movies. And I'm like, oh, man.
Eddie,
That's
there
it.
You go.
Eddie. I can do any one of these roles, by the way.
Juana Man.
Construction worker, Bush Stadium employee, audience member listening to John O'Leary speeches, college graduation attendees,
I could see being a beer man at Bush.
airport. Me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's non-speaking.
It's good to hear this, though. The point of that story was, I asked her when I was in there, I was like, wow, you cast all these movies? You cast like Kevin Costner and Whoopi Goldberg? She goes, no, I cast the people in the stands.
Yeah.
It's like
This
her
kind of stuff,
specialty.
yeah.
So when you said Bush Stadium, I was like, now I know what the call's for.
Airport travelers and wedding guests.
Oh, definitely me. Yes.
Dude, you can double up on this easy.
You know this, the casting director?
I would
this?
imagine that Joni is probably involved, yeah.
Get the Riz show in this movie, even if it is extras.
Hey.
All of us?
Make
guess-
a call. We'd all do it.
Baseball
We should all do
games.
it.
All right. I mean, if you guys really want to do it,
I
would love to.
Okay.
They don't have to pay me.
We need the spot, though.
I would love to.
Which scene has...
I mean, we still have to audition. It's not a...
Oh, it's a lock.
Walk on roll.
Yeah, well...
It's a lock.
What scene has the smallest amount of people in it? That'll be most likely will be on screen.
Bush Stadium, probably.
Here,
We
No,
could be
it's-
diner patrons.
Diner patron. There we go. That's what we
Riz,
need.
This is your audition. Look in the
Yes.
camera right now.
Yeah, we did
Okay,
that for Food Network.
I'm gonna give you an emotion. I want you to convey to the people that are watching. Are you stupid?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Shock and awe, sadness.
Constipation was more... There we go.
Oh, constipation?
They're out of ramen.
Lovingly looking at your soulmate.
What
Just
the
saw
hell?
the waitress grab your tuna on rye, and you know it's coming to the table. Hey,
She hasn't refilled your coffee in a while.
You're getting a line.
Wow, a regular Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Cocaine.
Expect to see me at the Oscars.
Extra of the year. Goes
Dude, you
to-
know what would
Extra
be-
of the
you
year.
know what would be awesome is if we could somehow weasel our way into them writing a scene where the burn guy's getting interviewed by a radio crew.
There we
We
go.
all get a line. Just like put it in the movie.
Yeah.
We'll come in
Why
here.
not?
We'll film it. Make it look.
Built-in audience.
I'm assuming
Hollywood.
Jack Buck's in it. This is not. This is a period piece of some kind.
Yeah. 80s.
Where is the casting call? Somebody's asking. Go to Fox 2's website, and there's all the info on there. You can apply online.
I'll share it
Yeah.
from our socials.
Yeah,
It's
share
probably
from our
going to be any empty mall. That's always where they do them here in St. Louis.
The film has scenes that span the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2000 to 2010.
Okay.
So
We're going to have to get haircuts.
we're going to get haircuts.
I'd be willing to bet. You could probably go to backstage.com too. Usually those are like, if there's open casting calls, you can go on there and find your city and they'll tell you what's in there. If anyone's interested.
I'm
You don't
now
need
interested
an
in this
agent.
guy's story, by the way. John O'Leary. I saw pictures of him as a kid when he was in the burn unit. 100% of his body was burned.
So is John Corbett going to play him and they're going to put Aiden in like burn skin? Like, is that?
No, there's
Oh.
somebody else. I don't know.
I didn't know you could survive 100%.
Yeah.
That's wild.
He had a 1% chance of survival. 1%.
Holy crap.
And he beat the odds. John O'Leary. And the story goes he was, I think it was 6 or 9.
That's so
But he was in
sad.
his garage playing with gasoline and matches like he saw older kids doing. And he went up.
Dang.
Boom.
Man.
All right, today is October the 27th. Back in the day, 85 years ago, 1938, DuPont announced the name for its new synthetic yarn. They called it? Yes, nylon.
Nylon.
Yes, nylon. 57 years ago, 1966, it's The Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown aired for the first time on CBS.
My wife hates that movie. I don't get it. She hates Strange Things. I think she hates the Muppets too, and that's
Really?
It's very weird.
And you're still married to her.
I know.
Crazy.
That's the only thing we've got. That's a problem.
41 years ago, 1982, Prince releases his fifth record, 1999, featuring the hits Little Red Corvette and the title track, of course. 32 years ago, 1991, the first U.S. death resulting from bungee jumping happened. Happened in Paris, California. Hal Mark Irish, jumping from a hot air balloon, plummeted over 60 feet to his death after becoming disconnected from his bungee cord. Thanks. 27 years ago, 1996, pop-up video premieres on VH1.
Pop-up video.
19 years ago, in 2004, the Boston Red Sox win their first World Series in 86 years, defeating the
St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals.
I was on Lansdowne for it, saw the whole thing, all the party, all the riot. Was right next to that gal that got hit with the rubber
Yeah,
bullet.
and I got to work the merch booth that night, so that was fun because there's nothing but Boston fans yelling at me.
They chained him in the door. They
I got
chained-
locked in. I couldn't leave till 5 in the morning or something.
Yeah, they actually said, because we had Cardinals logos on our kick drum, and we were like obviously very outspoken Cardinals
They got their
fans.
asses kicked, too.
Got their asses
Series.
kicked in 4 games,
Yeah.
but we were outspoken Cardinals fans, and the venue told the police and told the area, because Lansdowne Street, like
Yeah,
the House
it's
of Blues right
Fenway,
there.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Used to be called the Avalon, but the House of Blues right there is on Lansdowne, next to the Green Monster. I was just there a couple months ago, and when the baseball fans are out there, it is like a jam-packed area, and they told the surrounding area and the cops, like, hey, these guys are from St. Louis, and the city said, okay, just in case, we're going to force you to park your buses and the truck 7 miles from, because they didn't want anybody like tipping buses or any of that kind
Yeah,
of
well,
stuff.
remember, they won here, but I'm sure they were partying out. In
They were-
Boston.
They were
Partying,
partying,
my friend.
And they had. I've never seen police vehicles that look like military trucks.
Yeah, dude, it
they
looked,
had that.
Yeah,
was
it looked like a
wild.
battleground out there
Yes.
of partying and
Well, that
drinking.
was 19 years ago today.
It was crazy.
We talked to Joe Buck yesterday. 12 years ago today was the famous David Freese home run in the World Series.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
9 years ago in 2014, Taylor Swift puts out her fifth record, 1989. And 7 years ago today in 2016, Twitter announces the death of Vine. They disabled uploads immediately, but let you continue to watch old content until April of 2019. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best. Flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com. 636-600-0188. A woman has painted a 400-pound pumpkin to look like Taylor Swift. Ohio-based artist Jeanette Paris painted Taylor's face, even found the perfect wig to match Taylor's dirty blonde hair. And then she took her Halloween creation one step further and added a Travis Kelce-related gourd.
Did you see the video of her painting it?
No, I saw the photo of it.
There's a video of her painting it. Starting with the pumpkin. Time lapse, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it looks just like
looks
Taylor
great.
Swift. It's a 400-pound pumpkin. This thing is massive.
Burn.
Next year will be the 30th anniversary of Bush's debut record, 16 Stone. Gavin Rossdale interviewed recently, hinting at a possibility of playing that album in its entirety next year. He says to play that whole record top to bottom would be intriguing.
16 Stone, man, what a great record.
Dude,
that
ever
Razor
since
Blade
then-
Suitcase.
Back to back.
Even
to
for
back.
even for the 90s in alternative music, nobody got 5 or 6 singles out of a record.
Right.
Yeah.
And that record was 5 or 6 singles that just kept topping the last one.
The whole thing.
I do want to go back to Taylor Swift
Oh,
for
please.
1 second because I did read this morning. Taylor Swift is now officially a billionaire.
Good for her.
She has been named a billionaire now, officially, with the whole.
I thought she was already. That's interesting.
I think the tour and the movie put it over the top.
I'm going to do a DNA test, and we might be kin. I got to find out.
And she just the Taylor's version of 1989.
Yeah.
That's
Came
today
out
too.
today, yeah.
Yeah.
This chick.
You know what I think about with her? Her mom was
coming up, Taylor.
going through a cancer stint. I don't know if she's still going through that, but I just thought how Taylor probably worked so hard to make sure she could take care of her family. And I hope her mom is getting the best treatment or whatever she could possibly need. I mean, because she's got billions of dollars now. Her mom's getting top of the line care no matter what she
You don't
needs.
hear much about her dad.
He's around.
I think he's around. I think he's out of the spotlight, though.
He's, like Rafe was talking about earlier this week about how Taylor has at least 5 people around her in her inner circle. And her dad is one of those people, I believe, who's helping her make
Huge.
He got her the
political
record
decisions.
deal.
Yeah, I was saying
Like
her
first
dad. Her
record
dad
deal.
was the liaison between her and the guitar company because we had the same guitar company. And
That's cool.
What's her dad? Is her dad like a hedge fund guy?
Yeah.
Something like that.
He
right?
was a money man.
He had a lot of money.
Smart
Yeah, the
guy.
rumor was back in the day he owned the Swift Trucking Company, but that's not true.
He was the one.
Hey,
Was that really a rumor?
Yes, everyone's like, that's why she's so rich because her dad owns this trucking company.
that'd be great. The last Beatles song ever arrives to us next Thursday. It's called Now and Then, and a short documentary film about the creation of the song is going to be released on November 1st. The track itself will be able to listen to on November 2nd. There'll be a music video out made by Peter Jackson, and all 4 Beatles can be heard on this track. They're calling this the last Beatles release
Yeah,
ever.
so it's a John Lennon written song. So he wrote it. I think it was meant to go on one of his solo records. It was written in the 70s.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm curious as to what it's going to sound like.
I
I was
can't
looking.
wait.
I listened to the teaser.
Bright eyes.
It's
I
gonna be
listened to
neat.
the teaser, and there's no hint of what the song's even going to sound like.
Yeah, I look forward to it, though. New releases in record stores and streaming today. In This Moment's God mode features The Purge. That's out. Motley Crue's Shout at the Devil 40th Anniversary Edition box set. Mark Tremonti of Creed and Alter Bridge goes the crooner route on Christmas classics new and old.
Christmas classics.
In TV and movie news, the George Clooney batsuit is up for auction, nipples and all. The starting bid is $50,000. I clicked on it. Nobody has bid on it yet. The costume is...
That's an iconic...
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so cheesy, but everybody knows of the George Clooney nipple suit.
Yep. Well, if you want it, it's yours. The costume is...
Why did they put nipples on it?
Has anybody ever asked him about that? Or
I mean,
the
he
person who
wasn't the
made it?
costume designer, but why the nipples?
And are they
It's so
are they
ridiculous.
his nipples, or are they just rando nipples?
Are they supposed to be bolts?
Like, did they give him a cast of his? Okay, George, we're gonna take your chest, and that's how the rubber suit. We're gonna actually make a mold.
costume sculptor Jose Fernandez has explained why the batsuit had nipples. The suit
Why?
infamously had the rather strange additions in both Batman Forever starring Val Kilmer and Batman and Robin with George Clooney. Quote, with Val Kilmer's suit in Batman Forever, the nipples were one of those things that I added. It wasn't fetish to me. It was more informed by Roman armor, like centurions. And in the comic books, the characters always looked like they were naked with spray paint on them. It was all about anatomy. And I like to push anatomy. I don't know exactly where my head was back in the day,
Up your
but
ass.
that's what I remember. So I added the nipples. I had no idea it was going to be ending up having all this buzz about it.
But are they George's real nipples?
Well, no.
I mean, I don't know.
Probably
I think he was just going for that old Roman breastplate feel.
not. Well,
I
it
think
is,
And
They're his
Roman
real-
breastplates had nipples?
it is a realistic mold of Clooney's head with the fake eyes. So there was a mold of Clooney. So it probably is his real nipples. Just buy it. It's $50,000. The auction ends on Saturday, November
I'll buy
18th. Matthew McConaughey and his wife Camilla, they've stripped down in a new commercial for the Pantalones organic tequila that they are founding of. And the new ad features a voiceover of Matthew McConaughey asking viewers confusingly, when did tequila stop being tequila? And then the rest of the ad continues of them cheersing tequilas together, and then they ride off on motorcycles and they have no pants on.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's blurred out, unfortunately. You
Yeah,
can't
and
see Matthew's butt.
he's at his peak McConaughey-ness.
Yeah. Mattel has released collectible dolls inspired by Ted Lasso. The Ted Lasso Barbie is dressed in the character's signature blue tracksuit with AFC Richmond logo detailing and a working zipper. The doll comes complete with aviator sunglasses, a whistle, and a soccer ball if you need that for your collection.
Yeah, and that Ted Lasso Barbie, he's got nipples on the
Real nipples.
outside of his soccer.
So I'm
And
looking
they're
at-
actually Jason Sudeikis' nipples.
Yeah.
I'm looking up some of this armor. When it's folded like this and plated, obviously there's no nipples. But I will say some of these breastplates, on occasion, do have
Will have nipples,
Do
huh?
have nipples, and even this one has a little belly button thing.
New releases in theaters this weekend, Five Nights at Freddy's. It's PG-13, based on the horror video game series.
Oh, man, that thing, my son saw it yesterday.
Did he watch it in the theater?
He went to the theater yesterday.
Nice, because it's also streaming on Peacock today, too.
Reviews are not great. Horrendous.
From your son or just in general?
I haven't talked to him yet, but he went in with low expectations.
I see.
Yo,
It's out.
George Clooney said, I wasn't thrilled with the nipples on the bat suit. You know, that's not something you really think about when you're putting it on. Batman must have just been constantly cold, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
But they had that iconic line of like, I have nipples, Joker. Could you milk me? Got cut, but later reused. Yeah. So
Freelance is also in theaters. John Cena is a retired special forces officer in the Army. He takes the job doing the security for a journalist who is interviewing a dictator, played by Juan Pablo Raba from Narcos. And this is just like quintessential action flick, rated R.
John Cena.
John Cena's a good actor, though. I'll give him that. And finally, avclub.com has ranked the 40 greatest horror movie villains of all time. We're going to just talk about the top 10. This is different from a list we did last week.
So horror villains. Jason Voorhees, number 1.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Freddy.
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger, number 1.
All right.
There you go.
Hey, look at Freddy got his
Good job,
His
man.
due.
Just
He deserves it.
Who
I
else
think he
you
goes
got?
by Frederick.
Yeah,
now.
I feel like he's always on the coattails of Jason Voorhees.
Have you seen that
Or
movie?
Mike Myers.
Have you seen that recently, though? It's so cheesy. It's so, like, I mean, like.
was then.
Wasn't the walls in the wall effect still cool? I
yeah.
haven't seen it in ages, but I
The
remember
wall effect is cool as heck, but
Okay.
like him as a villain, when you watch him, he runs like an old man. There's nothing frightening about him, like as a person, other than that he has a glove that you see him make in the beginning. It's not even like Wolverine style, where it comes out as like some weird dude in your dreams,
I
fashioned,
think it's the Planters guy.
fashioned in Edward Scissorhands, like a ghetto Edward Scissorhands glove, and can hardly run after
The
you.
first Nightmare on Elm Street was featured in the Movies That Made Us on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the end scene where Freddy pulls the woman through the door. Mm-hmm. It's such a cheesy effect. And if you really watch it, it doesn't even look like the woman.
Are you serious?
doll.
All
It's like
of
a
it.
doll.
We watched it with the family, and my kids were like, well, one of the kids got scared, and the other ones were like, wow, this sucks. And I was like,
He's got a
well,
sense of
it's a
humor.
thing.
It's time.
Freddy was the antithesis of the silent stalking killers like Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, who never spoke. To where he like
Freddy wouldn't shut up.
had puns.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a, I mean,
Uh-oh.
it's yeah.
Someone should have had a V8. You know, it's like he was doing.
Yeah.
He was doing topical humor, and then it was just like, and still scary.
Yeah.
I get the psychological aspect, the don't fall asleep thing.
Michael Myers.
Number 2. Very good. Who else you got?
Carrie.
Carrie, not top 10.
Horror villain,
Horror
the shark in Jaws.
Ooh.
Bruce, no. Not in the top 10.
Let's see here. The
Not Ghostface.
No. Oh, yes. Actually, I'm sorry. 7. Sorry. Yes. Ghostface. from
Not a
Scream.
scary killer at all.
No.
man. Is it one of the? What's the name of that series? The where you get locked in a room and
Saw?
Yeah.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw. Not top 10. I think 70s.
Okay, the
70s.
Exorcist girl.
The Exorcist. Reagan
Okay.
McNeil.
As the dog, Cujo.
No,
No,
not top
no.
10. Think 80s.
Okay, Ghoulies. Gremlins.
No.
80s. Pinhead.
No.
Okay.
We were just talking about this little guy.
Troll.
Oh, Chucky.
Chucky.
Chucky's number 3.
Chucky getting his due.
Yeah, finally redhead.
Couple of corny killers getting their due on this list.
Who are we missing?
All right,
Another
so number
talker.
10, Norman Bates from Psycho.
Candyman.
Candyman, not on this list of top 10. The Thing from John Carpenter's Thing.
okay.
Dracula, number 6. And Xenomorph from the Alien movies came in at number 4.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, bad take here, but I'm gonna go. I've just been going through all these Batman things and listening
We're
to
still on the nipples,
Schumacher.
huh?
It's not that bad of a suit. I mean, I remember it being shockingly weird as a kid because nipples are like, oh my gosh, nipples on TV. But it ain't that bad. It ain't that
You gonna
bad.
buy it? 50 grand?
Man,
An investment.
I got 50 grand for anything.
But I will say that
Put it on. Can we put this on layaway?
Yeah.
the door scene in slow motion on YouTube is very, very funny.
From
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pulling her through the door. It's so
good.
cheesy.
It is cool.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Barry Goldberg on the Goldbergs. Troy Gentile is 30. Kelly Osbourne is 39. Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran is 65. Ted Wass, that's Blossom's dad on Blossom. He's now 71. Now directs TV shows. Gary Talent, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band bass player, is 74. Lee Greenwood is 81. And John Cleese, the Monty Python superstar,
Be here in a couple weeks.
that's right, is 84
84 years old.
84.
What a
In
treasure.
St. Louis?
Still touring. Yeah, he's coming to the factory.
The 6th. Is it the 16th?
Wait, is it the factory?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
wow.
the 16th.
Dude,
What?
just a couple things in the chat about Leatherface
On the list, but not top 10.
and Pennywise.
Oh, Pennywise.
How did that not get in
Right.
there?
Yeah,
That's
weird.
terrifying. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Leatherface definitely deserves that.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Lady Snow. And today's birthday girl has been in just 23 fine films, but still, she's made an impact. She was in the Black Bomb Squad 1, Blubber Lovers, Brick House Broads, Monster Booty 4, Piggies for Porkin', Pinky's Tons of Buns 1, She Got Way Mo Ass 1, and who can forget her role in 2007's Tippin' the Scales.
Right
Lady
on.
Snow is a bigger, we'll call her voluptuous. She's a voluptuous woman.
You know nothing, Lady Snow.
Lady Snow is 43. Happy birthday, Lady Snow. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
Infama. You know, me, Lady Miss Snow ain't got the. I don't know the words. I just imagine her.
Lick it boom boom down.
Even Snow doesn't know the words.
I make it boom boom there.
You know that's
She
in
knows that
English?
part.
I thought it was just like French. It's in English. There are words.
It's like patois, right?
Yeah, but it's like
He's a Canadian dude. I thought he was French-Canadian.
Yeah, but I just thought that it was a foreign language song. I thought they went informer, French, 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 French.
Informa.
But
Yeah.
it's like there are lyrics. Believe me, I've tried to learn it and I gave up multiple times.
Neat.
I didn't know that.
Neat.
After the break, Rafe's in memoriam.
Coming at you.
We'll shout out who we lost this week.
There's a few.
There's a few. 7:58.
Yo, informer, you know, say daddy, me, snow me, I go blame. A licky boom boom down. Detective man says, see daddy me, snow me, stab someone down the lane. A licky boom boom down.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Deep.
Technically, it's English.
Not great English, but they're English words.
Yeah.
He's talking about the cops looking for him, saying that, you know, a detective is after him, saying that he stabbed somebody.
Yeah, remember he did the video from, like, it was like in prison.
Yeah.
A gift. If I were to ask you what your dream car is, do you have one?
Oh, yeah. Man, I don't know. It's tough. I got a couple. Do you have one?
No, I don't. My daughter asked me, and I go, I really don't have like something with good gas mileage. I don't know. Like I don't have like a fun.
I do.
I don't like have a fun dream car. Like if I had all the money in the world. What's your dream car?
Mine's like a handful. It's a handful of them. First of
I
all,
was going to say, I have too many.
it's the exact one from Back to the Future, the Toyota truck.
It's a DeLorean.
The Tacoma?
No, never mind. Well, it's not a Tacoma. It was before that. It was like a T something or other 5. But yeah, same damn
What
thing.
truck?
The truck.
Marty
bro.
McFly's truck.
The one, the
His
black
white-
one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Open the garage door. It's the truck. So I want that truck. Never mind the DeLorean. I want that truck. I want like an old like a 60 like late 60s Barracuda. I want a 1981 Stingray, and I know those aren't popular, but they're all kind of poo-poos these days. But I just I think they're awesome.
Ugly.
I remember when I saw one when I was a kid. I just thought I was like, whoa, that
Yeah.
thing looks like a shark. That's the coolest looking car I've ever seen. I always loved it ever since. I would love an FJ Cruiser. I do like those, but it's got to be in like tip-top shape.
Good God.
And
You need a warehouse.
I do need a warehouse.
Unlike Moon, I have none.
I want a 1974 Ford Bronco.
Nice.
That would be
You know?
rad.
And I
They're
was
so
choice.
expensive now, and I'll never have one. But man,
I
I want
would-
to take that thing, the doors off, and or the top
Yeah.
off, and
I-
so cute.
I love an old school Scout as well.
That was what I was going to say. That I would like to have an old Scout, like a beach Scout, but I would say a '67 Impala. If gun to my head, '67 Impala, black, tricked out.
Yeah.
That's a
What-
sweet
Scott,
ride.
one. Give me one.
Darn it, because I have a few. But yeah, I'll give you the 77 Dodge Ram pickup truck.
77 Dodge Ram pickup truck.
I would like an old. I like old trucks, man.
Yeah.
I see myself.
I wouldn't
getting
mind
a truck.
the old Chevy Scottsdale I had too.
All right, somebody asked America what their dream cars are. And they broke it down actually two ways. What movie car? What famous movie
I got it.
car?
Herbie the Love Bug.
Dude,
What famous movie car would be America's dream car?
the Mirthmobile from Wayne's World.
No, no, that's a
a
great
good
car
one.
though.
The Scooby
That thing
van.
is so cool.
No, it's got to
Feeling
be the
that's not
DeLorean.
top 10.
It's got to be the DeLorean.
The DeLorean was number 5.
The Ghostbuster, the Ecto.
Oh, Ecto,
Ecto 1? No,
He's so
General Lee.
Dream. And
no. Movie car.
A
Was a
van.
movie?
A-Team van.
You mean the one with Jessica Simpson?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Remember that music video? She's hot as hell.
movie car.
Jonathan Knoxville?
Starsky and Hutch, whatever that old Plymouth was or whatever.
No, think like an iconic, like cool ass.
Probably the Shelby from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Ooh.
Eleanor?
Steve McQueen. Or what was that car in Bullet?
That's number 2. The Ford Mustang
Yes, the
GT
Ford Mustang,
390.
thank
What about the Ferrari from Pretty Woman?
What about Lightning McQueen?
Ferrari from
Cars?
Ferris Bueller.
Slow down, people.
Okay, number 1 is the Aston Martin DB5 from
From James Bond.
James
Oh,
Bond.
okay.
That's number 1.
Feldman had it.
Well, do you get all the. Does it have missiles?
With missiles.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Feldman had the Aston Martin from Casino Royale. And, dude, I will say, it's one of the coolest cars to drive
Yeah.
ever. But, boy, you felt everything.
Oh yeah, I've driven
on
an
the
Aston
road.
Martin. It sits very low to the ground, and you feel everything.
everything.
The Smokey and the Bandit car.
No, and you'd never guess that the Mini Cooper from the Italian Job was number 4.
Oh,
That's dumb.
Well, what
The
am I
Mini
racing?
Cooper
What am I
from
racing
the
through
Italian
sewers?
Job?
I'm just saying it was the Aston Martin DB5 from James Bond,
I'll take Burt Reynolds, right?
Ford Mustang GT390 from Bullet, the Mini Cooper from the Italian Job, the DeLorean DMC-12 from Back to the Future.
You take the Mini Cooper. Listen, I will. If they did this study in 2005, right after Italian Job came out, we can all admit we wanted one of those, right?
No.
Oh, come on, man. When the movie first came out, we
There
had never
was
seen
nothing
those
that
before.
I thought, even in the preview, I was like,
I was like, yo, that's a
I just thought it was because they were in a little dorky country. They had to drive little dorky cars. I was like, oh, that's an Italian car.
but they were all kitted out, and they were like,
They
it
looked
was like a,
sweet, yeah.
yo, look, that's a go-kart I can take to 90
And have you ever
miles an
driven
hour.
one?
I
They're
have.
stick shift, and you take them up like
Mini
Mulholland
Cooper?
Drive or something. That thing is a
They
sweet
don't
ride.
look cool, though.
I hear they are incredible.
They're
What are you guys
fun,
talking
man.
about? They look dorky. They do not look
Once
cool.
you're inside it, it's
I think
totally
they're
different.
coming.
There
You
are
get
so
inside.
many-
ride's great.
There are so many cooler looking cars.
many more.
Anything from Gone in 60 Seconds would have been ahead of this.
Anything.
I think you'd be pleasantly surprised at how awesome it is to drive that thing, though. It
Yeah.
feels amazing, and they're
That's what
powerful.
everybody
And,
says.
yeah,
That's what
and they're
everybody says.
really nicely
I mean,
made
they're
on the inside.
yeah, the BMWs, right? I mean, in that.
They're English, right?
Oh, is it
Yeah.
English?
Yeah.
What,
I don't know who
Mini
owns
Cooper?
them, though.
Yeah, I thought somebody owned them. I thought like a big boy
I don't know,
owned
Dude,
them.
I'm telling you, roll up with the most tricked out Mini Cooper in the world, and then you roll up with the car from Smokey and the Bandit, a 77 Trans Am with like the eagle on the hood, T-tops. I'm getting that car every single time.
Yeah, who's getting laid between those two cars, right?
BMW currently owns Mini
Yeah, I
Cooper.
mean, if
Okay,
you wait
now,
until marriage, the Mini
sweet.
Cooper is great.
Now take movies out of it. America's dream car, just the brand.
What is it?
I got the top 5.
Jeep?
No.
Ford,
Ford
Mustang.
Wait,
Mustang's
what's-
number 5. America's top dream cars, according to the survey. Ford Mustang, number 5.
Got to have the right Mustang.
Ford Raptor.
Give me like one of the Mach 2s. Or
No trucks.
Ford
What?
Raptor.
No trucks on here.
9 people want one of those. They are sweet, but I don't think they're. I would
Corvettes.
say
Raptor's awesome.
Corvettes.
Corvette's number 4.
The bet is 4.
Those new
So,
mid-engine Corvettes, you have
Mustang,
to admit, are so
Corvette.
sweet.
Dude, I love the new Corvette.
They are awesome.
And think luxury.
Lexus?
Mercedes.
Mercedes-Benz S-Class, number
Yeah,
3.
S-
Dude, I would love
class.
a Mercedes. My buddy has the most kitted out AMG I've ever seen, and it is maybe the finest vehicle I've ever ridden in. It was, dude. It was just like a wow. This is a different way of living in this car.
Did the Buick Enclave make it?
It did not. It did not. The Tesla Model S was number 2.
The Plaid.
And finally,
Dodge
the
Neon.
pinnacle of American dreams.
Oh, the Chevy The Chevrolet Celebrity.
The Chrysler K car.
Heck yeah.
No, what
that's
is
what I
America's
had.
dream car?
A
The
Taurus.
current
Yes. Now, this one, Tesla was number 2. This is just the manufacturer.
Range Rover?
No.
Is it another electric company? That other one?
Lamborghini. Ferrari.
No.
Rivian.
No.
Lamborghini, Ferrari, no?
No, it didn't make the top 5.
Is it Italiano?
No,
Is it a Ford Bronco?
it's German.
Volkswagen Bug?
Oh,
You can say BMW?
BMW.
Is
I
the
thought it
number
was-
1?
Yep, it's number 1. That is America, the top pinnacle of American dreams.
Interesting.
The BMW.
My wife was in like automotive sales and different things, so she's self-admittedly a car snob, like a car brand snob and all that. And the way that she looks at BMWs, and I hope I'm not calling her out too much here, is it's what we want as a luxury vehicle if we can't afford Mercedes. And that's,
Beamer?
My
yeah,
buddy's
and that's
got
not what I'm saying.
BMWs, man. It's awesome. I like them.
I mean,
Yeah, they're
those
nice.
weren't her words, but she was basically kind of saying like, "Hey, those are extremely nice cars that are one tier underneath where you really want to go, and that's the crazy luxury Mercedes and
Just
above."
doesn't appeal to me. Maybe it's, I don't know if it's like my,
I'd never
I'm
buy
just
one.
a piece of trash, blue collar sensibility just won't go that high.
I
I'd
think
never
that-
buy one, but I like everyone I see.
Okay,
I like them, but I'm never
fun to
like,
ride in.
ooh,
Let me
dude.
show you one that I sat in at the mall in Vegas. Here it is.
Mercury Sable did not make the list.
Look at this. This
Porsche
Nice
didn't
car.
make the list.
No.
must not be the 90s anymore.
Look at this car. This I sat in an all murdered out
I'm sure it's
matte
right.
black BMW XM.
With lap
It's
belts.
$178,000, and it might have been the coolest SUV I've been in a long time.
It
You're gonna
looks
tell me
like
For
a normal
$178,000,
SUV.
it should be.
that thing is.
Yeah, I'd have to live in
dope.
it. So
Isn't it funny? It looks just like any other SUV, though.
Black
kinda.
was the most popular choice for everybody's dream car, followed by white and then red. Now, as far as naming your car, do you know anybody that has named their car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All my cars have names.
And I have the number 1 name, the number 3, the top 3 names for that people would name their car.
I had a Corolla that was named TIE Fighter, and then my Tacoma was named Stormtrooper for a long.
Surprisingly, those 2 did not make the
Long
top
time.
3 as
my-
far as what people are naming
My
their cars.
My Jeep is Homer Simpson.
Because yellow.
Homer, yeah, because it's Simpsons yellow. So kids named it.
What about Zoomer?
Zoomer, no. I would never guess number 1. Bluebell.
yeah, it's usually
Bluebell.
female names.
Bluebell is the number 1 name that
Is
people
that
would
like
give their
ice
car.
cream truck one?
And then Black Beauty, and then Baby.
Baby.
Ah,
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yo, you know
some
what?
supernatural.
Back to BMW being number 1. It's because it's like it's the entry level luxury. It's like the attainable
Yeah,
luxury.
it's somewhat within reach.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's actually reasonable.
My Jeep
And they're
is-
nice.
My Jeep is Reba.
Reba,
Never named my cars.
Neither have I.
never.
I
Oh,
gotta
feel-
rub the dashboard sometimes. Be like, come on, Reba.
Yeah,
Don't let me down.
I feel like you have to.
And she turns over.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
if
I've gone my whole life, and I have not named my car.
Yeah, I don't think I have. It
Maybe
has
I'm missing out.
the state gave it a name. It has a little name tag.
I had a Buick that half of his letters fell off, so it was its name was Buck.
I like, dude.
Speaking of Buck,
Buck the
that
Buick.
Marquis from Uncle Buck would be a sweet car.
my emotional connection. What's the longest you've ever had a car?
Like a personal, like we had
As long as you had a
the
personal
first
vehicle.
car we bought that my wife was driving around. We had it for 9 years.
Yeah, our band van was named the Cuban Bee from Half Baked. Even said Cuban Bee on the back. Had another van that was just that's name was Van Hagar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of vans, and they all had great van names. There was
I
a
had
Van
my
Halen.
Jeep for 22 years, dude. It feels
You
like
got it.
It feels like a cowboy's horse to me. Like when I looked out the window, the thought of trading her in never even crossed my mind, or selling her
You
to
can't
someone
let her go.
else.
You got
No.
Well, nowadays,
Drive that thing into the ground.
well, with the digital dashes, don't you guys have something where, like, you know, it hooks up to your Bluetooth or whatever, and it usually has like a name, so you have to assign a name typically, or you can assign a name. That's, I think, when I started with the TIE Fighter and the Stormtrooper, because they were white and black cars.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've not named a car.
Oh, you never had that?
No.
Huh.
No, I've not.
Well, you know what? You need to get on that. That's your homework for the weekend. On Monday, I want to hear everybody's
car names.
For real.
Okay.
For real. Ask the family. Get it all. Get it
They
together.
got no say in this.
Get it together.
Their car. Asking my family. Those idiots.
Who was?
R.I.P. Riz's family.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Rafe's E Memoriam. That's right.
All right. This week's E Memoriam brought to you by Hughes Funeral Alternatives. Discover Aquamation, the natural, gentle, eco-friendly alternative to fire-based cremation. For those of you that don't know, the E Memoriam is a send-off to people that we upset, who threatened to leave the show, who sent us emails threatening to leave the show, and or will never leave the show, but sent the emails anyway. So let us know what we pissed them off about this week, or what has enraged them, or what side of an argument we had the audacity to be on.
What's your problem?
What's
your problem? So this week, let's get into the E Memoriam. First up, Gen Z workforce wine bags. We somehow upset Generation Z despite their long-standing reputation for being thick-skinned and stoic. When we roasted a Gen Z worker who shed actual tears because the New York City work week was too demanding. She literally moved to the city that never sleeps and then cried when she wasn't getting a solid 12 hours a night. I guess we know what the Z in Gen Z stands for. We're bidding you adieu, and honestly, it's not like you were putting in the hours anyway. We get it. Capitalism is rough. But you know what's also rough? Listening to you complain about a 9-to-5 grind when you've accrued over 40 hours of weekly screen time on your iPhone by Tuesday afternoon. So let's not pretend you're logging coal miner hours here, okay? The only thing you're digging is on other people's Twitter feeds to try to get a stranger canceled for a Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder meme that they shared in 2008 because you don't understand satire. What do you mean, you people? I mean you, Gen Z. The only thing you're successfully canceling is work ethic, and I'm sure that'll look great on your resume right below fluent in emoji and above proficient in making tears. Oh, the tears, each one a liquid pearl of entitlement. Maybe you can collect them in a mason jar, slap a filter on it, and call it vintage work tears or organic suffering fluid, and sell it on your Etsy store that you run out of your tiny home that you moved into your parents' backyard while they still earn a dual income. Sorry, did that trigger you? Well, don't worry. We're unfollowing you from our life. Good luck with that gig economy that pays in exposure and disillusionment. Maybe you can trade your sob stories for rent one day. Until then, peace out, kiddos. Next up, baloney believers and baloney bemoaners. In a shocking baloney day miracle, we performed an Oscar Mayer ostracization of both sides of the great baloney debate. Whether you're a fanatic slicing into your unholy sandwich trinity or you think it's the devil's spam, we clearly hit a meaty nerve, and ironically, meaty nerves are 40% of the content of a bologna sandwich.
Ew. Dude,
Nice, man.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well, sometimes I get the reaction in the room I was hoping for. You're either saying it's a deli staple passed down from your dear old Nana, or that it's the reason aliens won't talk to us. You guys are so polarized, you think bologna was running for prez in 2024. To the lovers, enjoy your strange rubbery meat frisbee. To the haters, continue thinking you're too good for what's basically, as Lern said, just a hot dog pancake. So as you leave, I sing you this jingle. Your baloney has a first name, it's Later. Your baloney has a second name, it's Gator. Later, gator, go away, your BOLOGNA.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Next up, relaxed roofers who don't road rage.
Oh.
Whoopsie. The elusive non-road raging roofer. We misjudged you this week when we told a story about a roofer who lost his mind, and we got two words for you. Our bad. We weren't surprised enough to hear this week when a local roofer in their work truck beat the holy hell out of somebody for honking at them and then fired a weapon at another car. Now, that hurt some more of our gentle scaffold scalers' feelings, and for that, we are sorry. We thought roofing was the MMA of manual labor, an arena of asphalt and attitude, where at the turn of a joke you could find yourself at the business end of a nail gun. We saw you as Spartans of the service industry, fierce, territorial, and permanently sunburnt everywhere except that little raccoon patch around your eyes and the perfect shape of gas station knockoff Oakleys. But you peace-loving hammer swingers really lower that average. And we're sorry, and honestly, it's like finding out Batman's into scrapbooking. Sorry to lose you blue-collar Buddhas practicing deep breathing exercises in your F-150s, but peace be unto you. Next up, ball buzzers. Oh, we were insensitive during Sex Toy of the Week to the men who enjoy a little shock therapy south of the equator. Users of the electro-possessor scrotum pouch. We didn't respect your electrifying kinks, and you're pulling the plug on this relationship. Clearly, you've got enough sparks flying in your life. You don't need us. We get it. Nothing says living on the edge like straddling the line between pleasure and a potential power outage. We admit we should have been more sensitive to your 20-amp glow-in-the-dark balls, or as I like to call them, Teslicles. Trademark.
Teslicles, yes.
Thank you. Farewell to the self-appointed Benjamin Franklins of ball zapping. You made it abundantly clear that your idea of having a good time is one shock away from an electric boogaloo in your undies. Hell, you're a modern-day John Travolta, starring in a really weird remake of Grease with your electro-scrotum pouch. Why, it's systematic. It's hydromatic. Why, it's gooch lightning. Go gooch lightning, you're tearing up my balls. Oh, yeah, keep shocking. Yeah, keep shocking. So we say adieu. You guys keep on cranking up the volts while the rest of us stick with the more pedestrian thrills like, you know, not electrocuting our genitals. Over and out, you conductors of kink. Next up, macaulaholics. All right, macaw lovers, you rainbow-feathered freak enablers, we really kicked the cage when we said birds were flying goblins with a lust for mayhem who just want to kill us all in our sleep. We didn't show enough empathy when a beloved pet of one of our listeners flew the coop and left the listener that we'll just refer to as Macaulay Skulkin, truly sad and home alone. Sorry that you missed that beady-eyed, godless piece of garbage that looked like it's always plotting and those cuddly razor-sharp talons. Look, if your emotional support animal requires a cage and a cracker to keep its unbridled rage at bay, maybe it's not us who are off the perch here. It's like owning a tiny feathered serial killer that can also sing jingle bells. But no, we are the jerks for not understanding the endless charm of a bird that can mimic your most embarrassing bathroom and bedroom sounds like a little butthead CNC. So, to all you fair feather fans who got too beak hurt to stick around, bye-bye, birdie. And finally, Craig Berube.
Oh, no.
I found myself in the penalty box when I accidentally misspoke and insinuated that our beloved blues leader had an Oedipal complex and wanted to bang a pregnant woman who looks like his mom. My bad, Craig.
Sorry.
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 So sorry. I don't know if he used to listen to the show or not, but if he did, I have a feeling there ain't a Zamboni in the world that's going to smooth out that ice. So, bye-bye, Berube. And finally, R.I.P. to David Kirk. First guy to skydive, right?
Bungee jump.
Bungee jump. First guy to bungee jump, who ironically died in his sleep. Ain't that a kick in the ass, David? And also, the iconic actor who played Shaft. He's a bad mother, shut your mouth. And he's gone to heaven to pull all the hot ladies for the Lord. And that concludes this week's... Richard Roundtree. That's right. Sorry, I didn't say his name. And that concludes this week's Eat Memoriam, brought to you by Hughes, a funeral alternative.
Oh, thank you, Rafe. That was wonderful.
Yeah,
And sorry,
Said goodbye to a lot of people.
Come back to us, Craig.
Come back, Craig.
Moon, did you see the update on the macaw?
No.
Oh, they found her.
The popsicle sticks worked?
Wait, the cage. It was the cage on the porch.
Louie has landed. This is from Kelly, who was the sister of the owner of the bird.
Oh, that's great news.
Kelly
That's
wrote, Louis has
awesome.
landed thanks to a lot of publicity. I found the fire department, Extreme Electrical, Wildlife Sky Pets, and Fox 2 News. We had a successful rescue today.
Oh, that's
Fantastic.
great. That happened today?
That happened last night.
Oh man, that's so cool. I knew
Wow.
that popsicle stick dipped in peanut butter with the little bird seed.
Oh, she gives some detail here. She says, Caleb from Extreme Electrical brought a bucket truck up to my niece's school where Louis stopped, and my sister got to go up into the tree with a little help. And Annette, she snatched the bird by its foot.
Wow.
Wowee. Nice work.
Good. I'm glad Louis won't freeze whenever it's cold.
No, Louis back home.
In a timeout.
Yeah, and
No.
Louis
yeah.
went to the vet immediately.
good. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. That's great. Congratulations. I'd like to say
Yay.
we helped rescue Louis.
I think so.
The Rizzuto Show Pet Detective Agency.
I just want to know how many birds she caught with that cage, though, when she put it on the porch.
None, Scott.
Okay.
None.
That's great.
None. But, yeah. I'm glad Louis back home.
Me too.
Yep,
Glad
that is
Louis
good
back
news.
home. That's great news. It's a baloney day miracle.
It is.
I love that. Baloney Day miracle.
It's actually baloney week. It's a
is.
baloney week miracle. Miracle. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with your Friday fail stories. A couple doozies. Yeah, one involving a hooker and a horse. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. In the same story,
Hooker and a horse.
a hooker and a horse.
I once
Oh,
walked
wow.
into
Joke
a
behind
brothel with a donkey and a honeycomb.
All right, folks, time for your Friday fail story. Yeah, so all these people thought they had the perfect plan, but my God. Oh, man, that plan went sideways. And it became an Uber, an ultra, oh, man, dare I say it?
Don't you dare.
I'm going to say it. Dare I say
Don't
it?
do it.
Mega. Here we go.
Fail.
All right.
Sounded great, boss.
Oh, man, that was great, guys.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, your Friday Fail Stories is sponsored by.
Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
Nobody wants to be on vacation. They get a call from their neighbor saying, "Did you hire somebody to tear your house down?"
Oh, man. Holy moly.
Hey, that's
Hey, I got a
Ultimate fail.
got a
What?
two-part question for you. How's Greece? And did you hire someone to tear your house down? That would suck.
Yeah, a woman in Georgia named Susan Hodgson said that while she was away on vacation, a company called You Call It, We Haul It demolished a house she owned. And
Holy
she only heard about it when her neighbor called. The neighbor confronted. Yes, it's definitely a fail. This wasn't her primary residence.
Okay, good.
Thank God.
There was no like pets in there.
No,
All
the
right,
neighbor
good.
confronted the workers, and they supposedly got nasty with her. So Susan sent a family member over to check their permit, and that's when the company realized they were at the wrong address.
how does this happen? This is the you took off the wrong leg kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Then they
one-
drove
one
off.
Step down.
They drove off, and the house was total rubble.
Oh, my gosh.
Fail.
Lawsuit.
Now, nobody was living at the house at the time. Susan said it was a property that's been in her family for a long time. Nobody's lived there for 15 years. The family keeps the grounds maintained, the taxes are paid, so it wasn't abandoned, and they definitely didn't want it torn down. The company told the local news that they were, quote unquote, investigating how this happened and are working to resolve the mishap, but the family says they have not heard anything from the company, so it's unclear how they're going to make it right.
Just quickly rebuild it, I guess. And
At the very least, the workers that You Call It, We Haul It could haul the mess away, wouldn't you think?
yeah, you think.
After, double checking the address.
Huh.
That's
That's
devastating.
unreal, dude.
Moon, you were at the Sphere in Vegas last Saturday night,
That's right. And Thursday.
Thursday and
Thursday
Saturday.
and Saturday.
This particular couple, they were there on Sunday. A Vegas woman is being charged with grand theft and burglary after she allegedly left her quote-unquote sugar daddy at the Sphere on Sunday at the U2 show, broke into his hotel room and stole 50 grand.
Whoa.
The confessed sugar daddy called the cops once he got back to his hotel room, telling them that he met this 27-year-old Haley McNally Haley McNally.
Haley McNally.
They were on the dating website seeking arrangements for a month prior. He said he would pay Haley $2,500 to spend the weekend with him. Sex was discussed, but never happened. Haley was hanging out with the guy by the pool when she asked if she could go have the code to a safe to store her stuff. Later that night, they went to U2. She bounced early, got the safe, stole $50,000.
Jeez.
Now, if you were in the sphere watching U2 and somebody wanted to leave, you know right there.
You know,
I
red
can't
flag.
trust this person. I can't trust this person.
Red flag.
They're
That
leaving.
person's cool.
They're leaving U2 and the sphere.
What if she was
Get
like,
him out of your
I'm
life.
going to get a drink?
Out of
And
your
she
life.
just
And she
left.
never came back?
Out of your
Yeah,
life.
and she never came back. That would be the way.
So she got $50,000 in cash, $7,000 in casino chips. When she was arrested, cops found $11,000 in cash and $5,000 in casino chips.
She went gambling.
She went and spent most of that.
Oh, no.
I have to say, it is kind of genius, though, to rob your date that way. All right, we're at the Sphere. Okay, you're going to be fixated on how amazing this is. All right, hey, you want anything? I'm going to go get some nachos. Okay, yeah, all right. She just back to the hotel, steals the money, and is out.
Yeah, maybe he was so locked into that show.
Of course he
Yeah,
was.
she could say, man, the lines too at the bathroom are brutal.
she comes back after stealing it.
We found a secret little beverage area and a secret bathroom in there.
Wow.
No lines.
No
baby,
line,
no
huh?
lines.
What's wild to me is like if she'd have just sat on it, if she just put it somewhere and been like, I didn't take it. It's cash. It's cash and chips. It's practically untraceable at that point. If you just didn't have it on you.
Yeah, idiot.
You could have just sat on it for like a week. Just go and stashed it somewhere.
We got some animal lovers in this room.
Indeed.
This guy in this story is an animal lover, too, in a very different way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. Are we in Quincy again?
Yeah.
That is an animal abuser.
It's a 40-year-old guy in Washington State. His name is Jad Shipman. J-A-D, Jad Shipman.
I already don't like this.
He got arrested this month for trying to hire a hooker to service his miniature horse.
Oh, no.
No, we're trying
Sweet
to
little miniature horse.
stud this thing out, or
Dude, I don't know what's going on here.
You ever see one of those things? They're so cute.
Oh, yeah,
Itty bitty.
that stable up on Wild Horse Creek.
Would
They
you
have a whole
Joe
lot of
one,
horses?
No, I would not.
All right,
Would I
well.
try to ride one? Yes.
our aunt had a mini horse for quite some time.
Well, this guy tried to hire a hooker for the horse.
Oh my gosh.
So he made the offer to an online forum where people solicit prostitutes. He offered to pay somebody $440 to, quote, touch him and his miniature horse sexually. He mentioned he'd been having a hard time finding a willing participant because, quote, the last two gals I asked said it was noticeably outside their comfort zone.
Really? You don't say.
I can imagine the type of gal that he's running into and asking would speak like that. Oh, no, thank you, Jed. His name's
Jad.
Jad.
No, thank you, Jad. That is comfortably and well outside of my comfort
Yes.
zone.
I say, Jad.
A cop was apparently monitoring the site, called Jad's local police department. Then they showed up at his house, saw two miniature horses on the property. Someone who was there said Jad is a co-owner of the horses. He confessed 4 days later, also admitted he had prior sexual contact with the animals.
Jad, I must decline.
No thanks, Jad.
I shall not participate.
Failed.
He's facing charges for animal cruelty. A judge banned him from being around animals while he's out on bail. Let's see here. A 23-year-old guy from Florida is facing charges after he handed a CVS pharmacist a note demanding a laundry list of prescription drugs. He said he had a gun. Said he would shoot them if he wasn't given what he asked for. The note in big letters at the top said, "This is a armed robbery," spelled that way. This is a armed robbery. Please cooperate. I don't want to hurt you. You are not to alarm anyone, or I will shoot the closest person to me. Please follow these directions, or I will shoot the closest person to me. He wanted oxycodone, hydrocodone, Xanax, Adderall, liquid codeine, and Viagra.
All right.
Cops arrived at the scene just as this dude was walking out of the CVS. He was arrested immediately. He admitted to traveling to Orlando from Jacksonville to, quote, carry out the plan, and also confessed to another similar robbery in Central Florida, looking at a bunch of robbery, trafficking, and possession charges.
Failed.
So what? He just walked away from the counter? with the drugs
Yep.
and didn't think they would just call the police.
Well, they probably told him, hey, we can get all this ready for you. It'd be about 15, 20 minutes.
take
if you
a
want to come
seat.
back. Yeah. That's normally what they tell you there.
Yeah, just shop a little bit. We'll even check you out back here if you want.
God, another one of these stories. A dummy from Tampa, Florida, arrested this past Sunday for trying to pull over cars with his pickup truck, which he had outfitted with red and blue flashing lights. Dude wasn't even dressed like a cop. He was wearing a Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey.
Yeah, that's right.
And to make it even worse, this guy's 62. He should know better.
Bad.
I don't know if I'm more mad that he did that to his truck and pretended to be a cop, or that he's 62 and he's wearing a jersey.
Were the Bucks in town last Sunday? Was he going to the game? I don't know.
I'm Officer Gronkowski.
License registration.
Tampa Bay PD. Those are our new government-issue Silverados. What kind of truck was it?
I don't know. It was a truck. Around 11 in the morning, cops spotted and stopped Earl in his red pickup. He admitted to having red and blue lights that were on his dashboard before being pulled over, but the lights, he said, were never activated. Witnesses say differently. One witness told cops that he thought Earl was undercover and described how he motioned for him to pull over before speeding off. Earl was arrested, charged with false impersonation of officials.
I don't think he should be in too much trouble. He has dice in the window.
Did you see the picture?
Yes. And it is a Sierra.
It is?
Yeah, and he
I
has
was
a
close.
cover. He has a cover on the steering wheel. It says racing. Yeah. This guy's legit.
Earl, dummy. The hardest part about catching a thief is keeping them from running off before the cops can get there, right? We all know this. Sure. But this could work if you have a forklift sitting around. An auto shop slash scrapyard in Akron, Ohio, has been struggling with thieves. So when they saw an intruder in one of their cars on their lot, they drove a forklift over, lifted the car off the ground. The workers called 911 and said that they had the thief stuck in a car on the forklift. The dispatcher laughed and said, "Wonderful. This is the greatest thing I've ever heard. We'll get somebody out to you."
That's awesome.
When the cops arrived, they arrested the guy. He had a backpack with sawing tools on him. They asked him what he was there to steal. He replied, copper, to be honest, brother. I'm not going to lie.
He's an honest guy.
What a cool guy.
Yeah, listen, brother.
Copper, to be honest, brother. I ain't going to
Even
lie.
cooler, you know what his last name is?
What?
Hogan.
First name Alexander, last name Funk.
Oh, nice.
Super
Alexander Funk.
You're here to steal. The funk, baby.
The employees say they believe he had broken in at least 2 times before. Mr. Funk was charged with criminal trespassing and possessing criminal tools.
Failed.
That's awesome.
Michigan's Donald Sexton being held on $1 million bond for robbing a bank while on parole for robbing a bank. He walked into a credit union, handed the teller a note demanding cash, fled with an undisclosed amount of money. He did all this while on parole for a 2014 bank robbery. He was arrested around 24 hours later. When he robbed a bank in 2014, he was already on parole for robbing several banks in 2010.
Oh, my gosh.
That parole was set to end this year, but no.
Failed.
Back to jail, Don.
He keeps saying no double jeopardy.
Michael Jordan missed
That's
over.
not how it works, dude.
Michael Jordan missed over 5,000 shots. So you have to get there eventually to become a legend.
Good point, Scott.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good point, Scott. Last week, 23-year-old Jacob Thompson stole a super sweet 2022 Cadillac SUV from a Pilot Travel Center in Lake Wales, Florida. This guy was at the Pilot, by the way, for a job interview.
Oh, come on.
And how'd it go?
Anyway, the Cadillac that he stole had one of those OnStar systems, and Jacob was being tracked from the moment he stole the car. So cops found Jacob, and the chase was on. Dude was cruising. Wound up going over 100 miles an hour at one point. OnStar, and they could talk to you.
Yeah.
They told him, hey, we're going to shut the car off. And they did. The deputy chasing Jacob slowed down, watched Jacob lose control of the car, and since the car suddenly shut off, right into a guardrail, and the car flipped.
Wow.
I can't believe they cut the power like that. That's wild.
I didn't realize the steering would go out.
Well, the
I mean,
power
it's the power,
steering
no power
should.
steering.
Whoa.
You gotta, yeah.
Then you got to muscle it.
You ever driven a car with no power steering? Like an
Oh,
old,
a tractor.
No, I mean like
I've never driven a car without.
My buddy's first car was a '56 Bel Air, and man, it was wildly different, but it was fun to do.
Yeah.
But
You remember my truck in high school?
Oh yeah,
No power. That thing, you had to put everything to get slight turn on.
Especially if you were like trying to back out. Like if you were not moving.
Yeah.
You had to really.
Oh no, he
It's a
lost
brutal
control
thing.
right into the car, into the guardrail. The Cadillac flipped over. He wound up getting out running before he was detained, and well, after a little tussling.
Scott's truck was enormous, guys. This thing was so awesome. Old school 70s box body, had bullet holes in it, I'm pretty sure, and it would die if you got up to a stop sign unless you revved it. So
You have to rev the gas before you stop.
Yeah, so every time we approach a stop sign, he'd go,
So aggressive.
dude, it was crazy
No
fun.
speedometer, no gas gauge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we never knew how much gas was
Yeah.
in it.
Started
Didn't know how
with
fast you were going.
Guessed.
It was-
And finally, in your Friday fail stories, this guy's chances at Father of the Year just took a big hit.
Happy Father's Day.
A 30-year-old dad named Colby Parker called the cops on Monday night because he thought his kid had been kidnapped. He said he left him in the car while he ran into the grocery store, and when he got back, the kid was gone.
Terrifying.
What a nightmare. Cops immediately started searching. They brought in canine teams, coordinated with other police departments in the area. They also started looking through the store's security footage. And that's when they realized the reason Colby couldn't find them in the car, couldn't find two of his kids, by the way, because he'd forgotten the kids at home.
Oh,
And
thanks, Dad.
cops went to the house and found, kids are fine alone, but fine. Colby's not fine, though. They breathalyzed him and found out he'd been drinking. He'd actually driven to the same grocery store twice that day. Kids were with him the first time, not the second, so that's what tripped him up. They called a family member to come, get the kids. Colby arrested for drunk driving, child endangerment, and breach of peace.
Fail.
Oh, man.
Man.
Oops.
My kids.
Just to bring out the whole
to my
team.
kids.
There's helicopters, all this stuff.
Just hammered.
Dad, we're right here.
And those are your Friday fail stories.
I like to think that he went home looking for them, walked in and was like, Dad, where'd you go? He goes, not now. I'm looking for my kids. We're right here, Dad.
I think Tony Rock's going to be here soon.
Yeah.
Fun.
I know he's in the building, so we'll talk to Tony Rock. And we got some of your emails if he's not here in time. Can you believe we got Rascal Flatts? I can't believe
I
that.
can't believe it.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in studio, Mr. Tony Rock.
Yeah. AKA Rascal Black.
Rascal Black.
And I too have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
Yes. I looked you up. No, Tony's here to give a full review of Jada Pinkett's new book. So go ahead.
Please.
I'm lying to sell this book. That's the name of it. I will tell fantastic lies to sell a book in bookstores everywhere.
Yeah. Well, what do you think is a lie? Everything?
She sold crack as a youth. My brother asked her out on a date knowing that she was still with Will. That's a lie.
Oh, wow.
She had alopecia. That's a lie.
Really?
Very many lies. I didn't read the book, but some of the stuff I know is...
She don't have alopecia?
Well, how'd the hair grow back?
Oh, yeah, she does have hair now.
How'd the hair grow back?
We determined that is a lie.
Right? Wait, am I wrong about what alopecia is?
And the results are in.
I don't know if she, could it be a wig? There's some realistic wigs out. Like, is her hair long? I don't know. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, pull up a picture of Jada Pinkett Smith.
Okay, I just put Jada Pinkett Smith hair now.
Hair now.
Gone tomorrow.
Going tomorrow. Oh, man.
Hair now, gone tomorrow. Listen, I don't know. She did sell
Let's
crack,
see. As of August.
That's what she claimed in the book.
Yeah.
but she did not indeed sell crack.
I don't believe so.
I don't think that's something you can brag
And
about. Or is that something for cred?
Yeah, so no, that's what I'm saying. Like all of a sudden you're selling a book, and now all these years later you sold crack. But this was never a thing before. This was never a. And Tupac apparently was in. Nah, come on, man. Pac was an open book. We would have known this.
Yeah.
They did know each
And he
other,
can't
though, when they
dispute
were
it,
young.
right?
They did date, though, right?
They did not date.
They did not date?
She was just on Dax Shepard's podcast, and I was listening to it, and it was really interesting. They never dated.
They went to like a performing arts school
Yeah.
together or something, right?
Yes.
But they never dated, but they were soulmates.
Right.
And,
Oh, she calls him the love of her life.
yeah.
As Will's like, come on, man. Talk about like emasculated.
And they were
She is-
separated for 7 years, like that. Come
And
on.
she is like emasculated that man. That poor man, right, Tony?
Hey, listen.
That poor.
All I know is
poor
my
man.
brother got hit, and he looks the best in this whole scenario.
He does.
Yeah.
In this scenario, he's shining,
I know that I
and
read.
he's the one that got hit.
The headline I saw this morning was that the book is not doing well.
Oh yeah.
That what?
That
The
the
book's
book
not
is
doing
not doing well. That Britney's book is like top of the charts, baby, and Jada Pinkett is not doing well. But
Oh.
They don't come out the same time as Britney. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that.
Right.
What's the name of Britney's book?
I'm Britney, bitch.
Is it really?
No. Is
it?
Oh, that'd be great. I'm like, where's the bookstore? I'm going to get that right now.
No, what's it called?
I think it's called The Woman I Am. or
The Woman I Am.
Something
That's
like
actually
that.
called Oops, I Sold Crack Again. And Jada's not happy.
No,
Not
no,
happy,
I'm
no,
the
no, no.
crack seller.
That's the name of my book. I sold crack too.
I'm the crack seller on the New York Times bestseller list. Come on.
I sold crack, and it's the number 2.
No,
Yeah, the second version of crack. I sold crack too.
and listen, I obviously don't want to harp on, the whole Will Smith and, your brother getting slapped in the face. But one of the things that you were out, like, up front and like, hey, Will Smith or nobody called to apologize to Chris.
Yeah, that was a lie as well. That was a lie. I mean, nobody. I'm talking about, like, production at the Oscars. Nobody checked on him.
Right.
You saw it. You watched the show.
Oh, yeah.
It was nobody came and said, hey, like, you okay? And
Were you watching it or were you there?
no, I don't watch the Oscars. But
Okay.
no, I was
Your
not.
brother's
Definitely wasn't
hosting.
there.
I mean, your brother not was hosting, but like presenting. So
No, I don't watch the Oscars because the Oscars don't acknowledge black movies. So, like, every year, great black movies come out that the Oscars are just like,
What was out this year that was not acknowledged?
I have to do some research. I don't know right off the top of my head, but it's just a thing. Everybody knows that. That's why every year it's a big hashtag this and that, and so I just don't watch. But I'm in the house watching a basketball game, and my phone starts going crazy, and I'm like, oh, somebody's probably in jail because the phone's going crazy.
Right.
In black households, when the phone rings like over and over again, somebody's shot, dead, arrested. So I'm like, damn, I'm not ready for this phone call. And then my little brother called, so I had to answer the phone. He was like, was that real?
You're like, what's real?
And I'm like, wait, what? You didn't see that? I'm like, see what? And he sends me the link. So I saw it like 30 minutes, 40 minutes after the world saw it.
dang.
Right.
And what was your
The
first?
last one.
What was your first thought?
I got to put my sweatpants on and go find these mother.
Yeah.
Because I was in LA. So I was like, oh man, now I got to get ready. I got to go. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm like, I got to go crash the Vanity Fair party and start a fight. I got to go.
Where are my sweatpants?
I called my brother's.
gotta fight some
I
people
called my
in
brother's
tuxedos.
assistant. I called my brother's assistant. Like, where are you guys? And he's like, Chris said, if Tony calls, don't tell him where we are.
Hide his sweatpants.
And he's like, he knew you were gonna come. I'm like, hey,
Are you that brother in
I'm
the
like-
family?
I think every brother should be like
Yeah.
that with their siblings, right? Is everybody not like that with their siblings? I'm shocked.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. This is the thing that was most shocking about it, and then we can just move on.
I would fight.
I was shocked at how many people were like, it don't got nothing to do with you. Like on social media. Why are you getting in it? I'm like, why am I
brother.
getting in it?
It's your
my brother.
family.
Like, were you
Yeah.
guys not taught that? Like, I didn't know that the whole
It's
world
family.
wasn't taught that. If my dad said if your brother's in a fight, you're in a fight.
Dude, my dad picked me up at the basketball courts one day, and he goes, a kid stabbed your brother with a stick. And he took me to where the kid was.
Right,
And he
that's
made me
how-
get out of the truck, beat that.
I thought that's
hell
how
out of
we were
this
all
kid.
raised. I was under
And
the
then
impression.
he took me back. He goes, all right, that's enough.
That's
And then
how
he took
I was
me back
raised.
to the basketball court.
That's how I was raised. I've been in a million fights in my life that I found out what it was about after the fact.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like, after it's over, we walking home like, okay, what happened?
Yeah, my brothers have
Like,
gotten
what-
me in
who
more
started
fights
it?
than I've ever gotten myself.
Yeah. I thought that's how people were raised,
Well,
but I guess
since
not.
your siblings said, don't tell Tony where we are. That's why I'm asking you that question.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no, he knew.
Security at the Vanity Fair party is like, sir, we have a problem down here.
There's
There's
a black guy out here with sweatpants
and a
on and-
SpongeBob SquarePants t-shirt. He
Got
says
He swears he
sweatpants
knows
and
everybody.
Timberlands on.
he's
And,
demanding satisfaction.
he has a wife beater on. He has a wife beater on, but no wife with him.
He looks
where
like he's
Will
ready
is.
for a fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what could you have done? Will Smith's a big dude.
Man, that's what they make chairs for.
Good point. Good point.
That's why they make vases. Vases?
Yeah.
What's the
just
plural?
Anything handy.
That's
could
what they
be-
make. Yeah, that's what they make.
Anything handy could
baseball
call a
bats.
weapon. Yeah, you got to be
I
protective.
said that's why they make baseball bats, not for baseball, but
No,
That's
but
right. Chairs aren't for sitting either. They're for hitting people with. Man.
no, you got to be protective of your family. And you have what, seven
brothers, 2 sisters.
Wow.
Wow, man.
No, if it was my sister, it'd be worse. If it was my sister, it'd be worse.
Where are you at in the lineup?
I'm 4.
Okay.
All right. 7 brothers and 2 sisters?
Yes.
Goodness.
Okay, and your mom fostered 17 kids too?
You're right in the middle.
She fostered a lot. It might 17.
I read 17.
It was a lot.
How did you get any attention?
It was a lot. I was the kid that would wake up and leave the house. I was that kid. I was the kid that would wake up, get dressed, eat breakfast, gone for the rest of the day. I was that kid. Come home dinner time, eat, had a full day.
Where would you go? What would you do?
It's Brooklyn, New York. I had a bike and I had the world was,
Yeah.
I'm an outside kid. That's why I never got into like video games, stuff like that. That's keeps you in the house.
Yeah.
Outside. Wake up, eat, all right, later. Ride my bike to Queens, ride my bike to the Bronx, over the bridge to Manhattan. I was everywhere.
Wow.
And when I go to New York, I still see remnants of that because my brothers, we go certain places and like, how do you know everybody here? And I'm like, I used to hang out here.
Right.
When I was 10, I would hang out here. When I was 15, I would go to school here and like, damn, you know everybody.
Yeah, you were a free range
Yeah,
kid.
I was that. Yeah.
You were free range.
I was organic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your parents just expected Tony to go out and just be home at a certain time?
Pretty much.
Or do they,
Pretty much.
was there like a head count?
You can't keep track of that many children.
Right.
And then I had a lot of friends on my block that grew up with me. A lot of my friends, my dad was the block dad. My dad was the dad for the entire block because a lot of my friends that I grew up with didn't have a father. So those guys were my brothers, that I chose. Your friends are your brothers and sisters that you get to pick.
Yeah. Same rules, too.
Yeah, right. So
Somebody messes with
I
them,
would hang
yeah.
out with those guys, and
Yeah.
my mother knew, like, oh, he's with Sherrod or he's with Jerome. He's fine.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, the vying for attention. Like, did your your parents ever ask how your day was? How was school?
Yeah, my dad was definitely like conversational and
Yeah.
no TV, no radio during dinner. We had to have conversation and talk. My mother was a school teacher, so she stressed education. We had to read a lot. She would make us read the newspaper in the morning, and my dad was blue collar, so he was all about education.
But the fact that she fostered what could
Yeah,
be
a lot.
up to
A lot.
17
Yeah,
kids.
a lot.
Heart of gold.
So you had a lot of kids going in and out of the house all the time.
Yeah, and what that did for us, it just let us see how blessed we really were. Even though we grew up in the hood, and people looked at how we lived as like we weren't on any type of radar as far as doing well financially.
Right.
But when we saw the foster kids coming, we were like, "Wow, we really got it good. We got it good."
Yeah, you
Because
really
they were
see how
going,
you
they
got
were
it.
they were dealing with some trauma, man.
Man, that's awesome.
What years was this?
17 foster kids. It was every year.
Now, what years were you out free ranging it?
From like I'd say early 80s. Like,
Yeah.
The neighborhood was rough, so it was like, let me just get away from all that stuff.
Yeah, what part of Brooklyn?
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy.
So I would just jump on my bike and just go on an adventure.
And now it's pretty much, is that pretty gentrified now?
It's super gentrified now. Super. It's nicer.
Super
it's
hipster.
nicer. It's super nicer. It's super hipster, right? There's restaurants where there used to be, gambling halls, and there's coffee shops where there used to be nefarious actions going on.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
It's like
Nice
Times
to go home and
Square
see it.
back, I'm from the
Yeah,
East Coast.
remember that?
Times
Remember
Square
that?
in the 80s and even to early 90s was wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Bad. Yeah.
Wild. Peep shows.
Yeah.
Hookers.
Yep.
Sounds cool.
And then I think it was MTV moved in and like Legoland moved in.
Disney
Now
moved in. When Disney moved in, that was it.
Disney moved
Now
in.
it's worse.
Damn you, Walt. Yeah.
Disney cleaned it all up.
Now it's all cleaned up. It kind of lost its charm.
The charm was peep shows. And
Charm was,
Yeah, for him it was.
you know what it is? Character.
Lost its cleavage.
It lost its character.
But they
The
gave
green
us Naked
M&M's still
Cowboy.
there.
Yeah, the Green M. Yeah. But
Yeah, good
that's-
times. New York
Yeah.
City. Oh,
I feel like that was a different time.
Ed
though.
Koch was the mayor then.
The 80s was like the circle of travel that parents would allow was so much bigger then.
Right.
Because I guess, we didn't have the 24-hour news cycle yet. There's just like, don't get in the van. That was the rule.
That's it.
They didn't say don't talk to anyone
Don't
in the
get
van.
in the
They
van.
just said
Don't take
get
the
in.
candy. It's weird. We tell children
Yeah.
don't talk to strangers. Don't take candy or take things from strangers. But then 5 minutes later, the doorbell will ring and a stranger brought you a whole meal that you'll take.
Yeah.
Or you'll pull your app out and call a stranger to pick you up and get in the stranger's car
Yeah.
and
I
drive
know,
off where
right?
you have to go. But we'll tell the kids don't do that.
So Halloween's coming up. As a kid, did you
Oh, I love
trick or
Halloween.
treat?
Yeah, I love Halloween.
Oh, so Halloween's a big holiday for you.
Not for me, but I have a child now. My son's 3, so it's big now.
But you as a kid though.
No, we would just go throw eggs at people and stuff.
Dude, man. I was-
People. We're talking about egg and houses and all that, but you throw that at people?
No, we throw. Yeah, we would toilet paper like trees
Okay,
But
so
they
the
would throw
night
eggs at people.
The night before Halloween, what'd you guys call it?
But
There's a name, Gate Night.
no, I never heard that.
Oh, and that's
What's Gate Night?
G-A-T-E, Gate Night, or Mischief Night,
Or Devil's Night.
or
Devil's Night. I heard that. Yeah.
Devil's Night, where the night
Wait, that was a
before-
movie.
The night before Halloween,
Yeah.
you'd go out and you'd egg, you egg the houses, you egg the cars, you throw the toilet paper.
No, we would go to the train station and catch people just coming up out of the train station from work and just
Pop 'em?
people with briefcases and suits.
You guys are crying about your
What
cars
the-
getting egged,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's wild.
getting off the metro.
Well, I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Coming out of
Imagine something now when they would start chasing you. That was what it was
Yeah.
doing.
Now
Like
it's
some guy
on.
that's in shape and can run. Like, this guy's still running. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's going on? 3 blocks in. What's wrong with this guy? He
Got
won't
an
stop.
Endless supply of eggs.
Yeah.
Are you're not dressing up this year? You're gonna walk, your kid
No, I might do
around?
something for the kid. Like, when you have a kid, you do anything for your child.
Of course.
So the years prior, it was like, oh, it's Halloween. I would just go to the door and give kids candy. But now my son is like, whatever you, Dada, I want you to be Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster it
Right.
is. Let's go.
Yeah.
And 3's a great age because he'll do like 4 houses and be done.
Yeah. He wants to get to the candy.
They'll do
Yeah.
like 4 houses. They're tired. They want to go back, eat their
He looks in
candy,
his bag
and you're
like,
out.
let's go. Let's go. Like, I
Right.
can't eat this yet. Let's go.
Does he have? I feel like 3's an age where they can start deciding. Like, does he have something he wants to go as?
Oh no! He wants a pirate, Paw Patrol,
yeah.
and there was something else he said. So we got to decide so we can get it this weekend.
Pirate, classic.
So cute.
Yeah,
That's
you're
a good
classic
look.
pirate.
But that's his. He wakes up in the morning and I go, "Today's a great day," and he says, "To be a pirate."
Yeah, dude. How long you been in LA?
I'm back and forth, New York, LA. So,
Oh, okay.
but
So
I'm wherever I need to be, wherever the baby is. Basically, that's where I'm. When I leave St. Louis, if he's in New York, I'm going to New York.
Do you stay in touch with a lot of people you were biking around with back
Oh
in New
no, I
York
still have
when
the
you were a
same group
kid?
of friends. My friends that I grew up with, still the same guys.
What about a relationship with any of the foster kids, like some of the siblings that were coming in and out?
I heard recently that one of them passed away. This young lady named Sandra that used to stay with us.
Way to bring that up, Moon.
No, I'm
yeah.
curious. I mean,
He's an
I'm
adopted kid.
and like
Oh, yeah?
and I've known a lot of people that have gone through the foster system and all that kind of
My
stuff.
brother,
adopted
my
him.
younger brother, he keeps in touch with like a couple of them. I remember one.
I'm his mom.
I forgot her name. She stayed with us for a couple of years, and her boyfriend was around my age, and we played basketball together. I knew him from the basketball circuit, and it was sad but not sad. But she kind of swore he was going to the NBA. He was like really good, and she was like, "Oh, we're gonna get married, and he's gonna go to the league." And then they had a kid, and he was gone later, and she left. And I saw her out once, and it was like, oh, it's not what she envisioned.
Yeah.
You know, that was unfortunate.
Oh, it's a bummer.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
No, it's all good.
I'm
It's all
curious.
good. But
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
my
just curious.
brothers, some of my brothers have been in contact with some of them.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on where you are in life when so and so is coming in or coming
Right,
through. You know,
right,
because they're not
right.
always staying
Right.
for more than like a year.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
before they're
Yeah.
placed with a permanent family or
Yeah.
moved to another foster family.
Yeah.
Wild though, man.
And it's like, it was, you know how it is. Like, it was a lot of like, they didn't know how to fit into a family structure.
especially with 9 kids already there.
Yeah, right. So it was,
Or 10
They
kids.
would get in trouble and they would steal stuff and
Yeah.
cops at the house.
And then not knowing how long they're going to be at a house.
Right.
Yeah, That's a tough. That's a tough
so it was
life.
weird.
Do you think that helps, man, keeping your childhood friends when you're in Hollywood and like?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I feel like
Absolutely.
that's what keeps people from going what I call Hollywood crazy.
No,
You
you're
know what I
absolutely
mean?
right. Because my friends, at the end of the day, they really don't care.
They don't.
care about all of this stuff. They're like, that's just Tony to us. That's just Tone.
Yeah.
You know?
Like they
And I
remember
like
when you
that.
got
I
your
like
head
that.
stuck in a banister or something
Yeah.
when you were a kid, so you're never going to be that cool. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like your
right.
childhood friends know stuff about
Yeah.
you.
My sisters and my childhood friends, I will never be the guy that comes in here with an entourage and that, hey, you can't talk to Mr. Rock. Mr. Rock said, no, I'll never. My
Yeah.
friends are like, hey, we don't give a damn about none of that.
Are your parents still around?
My mother is. My father passed.
Okay, so when your family's all together,
Yeah.
everybody's treated the same. Like
Yeah,
even your brother
My
Chris.
mother will hand that dude a garbage bag so fast, take this trash outside.
I love that.
My mother does not. Hey, Chris took the garbage out. You washing dishes.
Stay humble.
You could have a TV. You could be on TV at the time watching yourself. And my mother be like, "Yeah, you watch your show while you wash them dishes." Like,
She changes the channel.
yeah, my mother.
Just
My
as a
sisters do
power
not
move.
care. My mother
That's
does
awesome.
not care. My childhood friends do not care.
Always going
and that's
home.
beautiful.
Always going home is
That's why I always tell my friends in LA, like, I got to go home and recharge my battery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When it gets a little too crazy, got to go home.
we were just talking about that billionaire, that multi-billionaire that passed. Remember Feeney? Or I think his name was Feeney.
Oh, the one that developed the
This
Stuff
dude
from the airports.
Yeah, the duty-free stuff. This dude was
Duty-free, yeah.
like billionaire, and gave all of his money away. He sold all his yachts, sold all his planes, and was like, I just want to make sure that I keep my core friend group from my childhood together, and we all stay level. And the dude like took the subway, took the bus, all that kind of stuff. Had billions, and was just giving it away.
Good for him. I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that either. I'll go home and visit my mom.
That was
Which
not
will be
the
my
point I
mother's
was
son.
making.
I'll make sure the jet flies over the neighborhood from time to time.
Say hi to my
Wave to everybody.
Every once in a while, it's nice.
I'll drop some money
Yeah.
to hell.
Yeah, 'cause every once in a while, it's nice to go home and be, you know,
But his whole thing was talking about
back
like
to
making
earth.
sure that he stayed close with his friends and family
Yeah.
from childhood and like that group, no matter where everybody was in their life.
Yep.
I think that's what happens
important.
too, man. Like you get the, I call it the Elvis or the Michael Jackson. Like you get so famous that no one around, you don't have anyone around
Nothing's
you anymore.
real.
That's like,
Nothing's real.
no one's real with you.
Everybody looks at you like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't live a life like that. You can't.
Yeah. That sounds awful.
Somebody just talk to me. Just let's have a conversation. I have a friend. One time we were hanging out. He lives in North Carolina. One of my childhood friends, and he said to somebody like, "Hey man, it's my friend Tony Rock." And I'm like, "Wait, hold up. Like, what are you doing?" I'm just Tone, bro.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you, I'm just Tone. Like, what are you doing? And it was an older guy, and I'm like, "Don't do that." And he called me Big Homie. What's up, Big Homie? And I'm like, whoa, hold up. No, you're the big homie. I'm still younger than you.
Yeah.
Our ages didn't change. Like you're still the big guy to me. Like, don't do that. Don't change the dynamic now because
He's like, this is my
I
dad,
am.
Tony Rock.
yeah.
Hey, wait. Hold on, man.
And do you think maybe that's like why Will Smith or Jada Pinkett Smith, they're so detached from reality because they don't have that I'm going home to be my mother's son or my mother's daughter?
I don't know if they don't have it, but I know. Well, they're both, not both of them, but Will's bigger than me, so I know he has a different set of circumstances to deal with, especially in the industry. He's $20 million a picture. He's been famous since Fresh Prince, so I know his life is different than mine's.
Yeah.
But I know for me that being around my friends when it gets a little crazy is the best thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even for your brother, who's like very, very, very famous.
Yeah, no, my brother still goes back to Brooklyn, goes in the barbershop, and will sit there and let everybody talk and gather information and write a bit. He'll
That's
go back.
insane, 'cause there's like
he's in the hood, like in the shop. Like, what's going on?
Like,
What,
there's
what,
like
are,
a
what are
level
regular
of
people
fame.
talking about?
There's a level of fame that I don't think any of us could even fathom.
Right.
Like Taylor Swift, okay? I just read she became a billionaire today.
Okay.
Like she officially on like the billionaires list.
What
Billy
do you
Club.
buy the day you become a billionaire?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, true.
Whatever the hell you want. That's a level that I can't even.
A soccer club.
It depends on how far over. You don't want to go back down. You know what I mean? If
That's
you're like,
true,
you got
yeah.
$1,001,000, you ain't buying nothing.
No, yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I would buy something for $1.
$1.
I don't wanna be-
I'll have a
taken off that
McChicken
list.
and I'm staying on the list.
But that's a level I can't even fathom. The fame that comes along with that,
Right.
or just like people there just to insulate you from reality.
Yeah, I don't really want the fame. I just want the money.
Yeah, man, me
that's
too.
right.
Yeah.
I don't want, you can keep the fame.
I want to
just want the money.
silently become a part of the Billy Club. I want to be a
Right.
member of the Billy Club that nobody ever knows, ever. One of the smartest things I've ever heard, ever said on the planet was when Howard Stern said, "There's nothing worse than being famous and broke.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the worst
Yeah.
thing on earth."
Yep.
Because everybody looks at you like you got it all. And they're
Very
asking
true.
you, they're always
Very true.
pulling something from you, and he's like,
And then they want to know what happened.
yeah.
You're never gonna get out from under
Yeah.
what happened. What happened? What you used to be the man. Like you don't want that in your life. You don't want to. How can you wake up every day and live like
We
that?
were talking before about like what's your dream car? Like if
My
you were to-
dream car?
your infinite money, what's your dream car? But then you get to a level of like Taylor Swift or like Bill Gates or Elon Musk.
Then you get your other dream car.
But what's their dreams? Like what do they?
Elon Musk built his dream car.
Yeah.
Okay,
Their
well,
dreams to own the cars.
Somebody else built it, and he owns the company.
Well, it's,
Okay,
it's still
but-
crazy. though.
But then like so what? Then you start getting your names on buildings. Like once you have a level of
if
I don't,
that's what
Well,
you
then
want.
it's supposed to be when you get that famous.
what else?
It's supposed to be.
dude. Like that's if you like if that's your need.
That's an anomaly.
Okay, you get your
maybe.
car. You get mine's is what's that Mustang from Going to 60 Seconds?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. The Shelby.
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Shelby,
Eleanor.
dude.
I gotta get Eleanor. I gotta get a suicide door Lincoln
Nice.
convertible, the Continental, the suicide doors. I gotta get a 66 Corvette. The 61, I think it's the 61
Nice.
or 66. I'm not sure. But then after that, you get that much money. Then it's like, okay, what can I do for humanity?
Yeah.
And if you don't get to that point with all that money, then something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
If you get all that money and you have your dream cars, you have your jet, and then you say,
Okay, but then-
what
okay.
can I do for people?
Air fryer.
Okay, but then you think of that
I'll give
maybe
everybody
as
air
your
fryer.
There it is.
maybe that as your job. Okay, your job is now to be philanthropy and charities, but you still have dreams though. You still want stuff for yourself. Like then what? It's getting your name on things. Like
not for
getting
me.
a building with your name on
For
it.
me, it's figuring out how to stay healthy as long as possible. How do I live till 120 to be
But
happy?
even still, that's not. Look at Steve Jobs.
Yeah, I get it.
All the money in the world.
I get
Couldn't
it.
keep him alive.
I know. I'm just saying, like that would be my goal. Is how do I set up everybody that I know and love to be as comfortable and healthy as possible. I wouldn't care. Nah, who cares about your name on buildings?
Oh,
and all
I
that
care.
crap?
I'd love that.
No way.
Yeah, I'd like my name on a building. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
on,
of course
on
it
a
is.
bridge,
I don't,
maybe.
want, I don't want nothing to do. I mean, how long?
Rock
I
Bridge.
want to.
But how long's the bridge in the building gonna last?
I don't care.
Your name will be forgotten in a number of decades.
No, because it's on
anyway.
a building.
But it's not. The building will come down as well. This is such
But
a blink.
well after my kids are
Well,
gone.
everything's going to end
Exactly.
at some point.
It
so-
means nothing. It means nothing.
So what does it matter? What am I dreaming for then?
Health, dude, like prosperity in what you
But
can
even that's gonna
control.
end.
That's going to end too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for the people that I love.
The Rizzuto
and the people
Federal
that they
Prison
love.
lives on forever.
I want people flying into Lambert from wherever, flying over downtown St. Louis and seeing Riz on the side of a building.
No, that's what I want. I want people flying into Tony Rock International.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
call.
right.
That will probably last longer a little than Riz's Tower.
Riz Tower, come on, man.
Damn, Tony Rock, my flight was delayed.
Rizzuto Plaza.
Hey, see Tony Rock at Helium Comedy Club.
Yes.
You got two
Two
shows
shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 1 show Sunday. TonyRockComedy.com. Tony_Rock on Instagram.
Are we doing a podcast or anything?
Podcast starts November 6th. Thank you
Holy
for asking.
cow. Everybody's got a
Thank you
podcast.
for asking. Podcast starts November 6th from the Green Room. Let's go from the Green Room.
Okay, so have you recorded episodes yet?
I have not. I start recording November 6th, so it's going to be put a few in the can, and then we'll drop probably in December.
Is it a guest-based podcast or just you
It is
doing solo?
guest-based when I can get a guest.
When you can get a guest,
Yeah.
but you'll do solo episodes.
It's me, Joe Fox, Trey Elliott.
Awesome.
And those are the 2 guys that I take on the road with me. And we started, I would do a live on my Instagram from the Green Room.
Yeah.
And just talk, and people would, hey, man, this is pretty cool. You should
Yeah.
do this. You should continue doing this. So we would do it on Sunday after the last show and just talk about the weekend, and people would tune in. And I'm like, hey, I think we got something here.
That's
So now
awesome.
we're doing live from the Green, not live from the Green Room, but from the Green Room. Podcast starts November 6th. It'll be on YouTube.
Awesome.
I'll put clips on my social media, and go to my YouTube and subscribe.
Have you been to White Castle yet while you were here?
I had White Castle last night.
Because before Tony
Yes.
came on, every city he goes to, he's got to go to White Castle.
Don't
Jake, did you take him to White
Last
Castle?
night.
I did not. I didn't have the pleasure.
Yes.
So see Tony Rock at Helium Comedy Club and your nearest White Castle.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
And download the podcast on November 6th.
And fly into Tony Rock International.
Flying to Tony Rock International Airport. Dude, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with sports. Oh, can you sign our mannequin?
Where's the mannequin?
Sign our mannequin.
A mannequin needs more tattoos.
Yeah. Let's do sports. All right, Moon, what do we got?
Well, sports presented by DraftKings, a casino queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings, a casino queen sportbook. I'm just going to lead this by saying I blew it. The NFL picked them last night. I picked 3 games like on Tuesday, and I didn't hit next, which like saves it or whatever. I got a 0.
0.
It didn't pick because I picked the Bills and the Bills won.
Yeah, the Bills won.
But I'm
Well, your
so
pick
sorry.
didn't count.
It didn't count, and you know what? That is my fault. I know the system. I'm sorry.
You're not alone.
Man, why would you let us
You
down
too?
like that?
2 people didn't pick last night.
Well, I have my
cousin
boys
brother.
back. I have my boys back.
Bros.
I did pick. I didn't.
So we got 2
I didn't do it
zeros?
properly.
2 zeros.
2
On
zeros.
a gimme on a
What do
gimme
those add up
Thursday.
to?
I know.
Luckily, Brad Thompson also got a 0. I'm
Yeah,
assuming same thing.
We're
Okay,
down by
good.
1.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we're down by 1.
If we lose by 1, it's Scott's fault. If we lose by 2, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
You like- is that
All
okay?
right, that's
we
all
agree?
right.
Yes, Brad Thompson also did not make a pick. So
Oh man.
no one
so
actually
sorry,
picked
guys.
the Bucks. That's what I was when I first saw it. I was like, "You guys picked the Bucks?
No,
Beat the Bills?
I would never have
At
done
home?
that. I apologize.
Yeah, that was.
It was a pretty close game.
It was a pretty close game. Came down to the end. I think a Hail Mary.
It did.
Wasn't close for me. Kapanen and Leddy scored 2 first-period goals for the Blues, who improved to 3-2-1. Outshot their opponent for the first time this season. Joel Hofer made 26 saves for his first career shutout.
that?
Congratulations to him. Sundqvist scored an empty net goal with 2:10 left in the third period to seal the game. He finished with a goal and an assist. Blues play the Canucks away tonight at 9 p.m.
That was a good win last night. They needed that.
Yeah, the Ottawa Senators forward Shane Pinto has been suspended 41 games for activities related to sports wagering, the NHL announced yesterday. The NHL did not divulge the details of Pinto's transgression, but stated that they found no evidence he wagered on NHL games.
Now, here's the thing. I saw the story. He didn't wager on
His
own games.
Right.
Is this because gambling now is so, it's so easy. Like, you could do it from your phone.
Well, an Ottawa Sun reporter reported that Pinto's online U.S. gambling account was flagged by a company that's partnered with the NHL for unusual activity.
So I'm assuming it's maybe FanDuel or DraftKings.
I don't know, but I don't know what that means, unusual activity. Like, was he starting to now bet on NHL stuff? What's in his contract? What's he allowed to do? Is he allowed
I don't think they're allowed to bet
on anything?
Period.
NFL? Chiefs games, any of that stuff?
I got to ask either Jamie or Mike McKenna.
I'm really curious now because I never thought about that before. Of course, it's illegal to bet on your own stuff because then you have the chance to insider information, throwing games, et cetera, et cetera. But what about an NHL forward gambling on a World Series? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I don't know if they're allowed to gamble on any sports.
Players are allowed to bet on non-NFL events with legal sports books, but all other league personnel, including coaches, officials, and trainers, are prohibited from all sports betting.
So the players?
So that's the NFL.
Players
or the
are
NHL?
allowed to bet on non-NFL events. So non-NFL events.
You're talking about the NFL players.
So NFL.
This is an NHL guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about NFL.
Well, so, I mean, that's interesting.
so-
I'm sure they all have different rules.
Whatever the union
We're going to
has
get down to
agreed
this, and we'll talk
Imagine
about
you
it.
just can't bet on the sport you play. If I were to,
Yeah.
But she just said players,
Can't do any of
coaches
it.
can't do any of them.
NHL and NHLPA collective bargaining agreement says that gambling on any NHL game is prohibited. NHL teams can go as far as prohibiting employees from hockey operations to business side from even joining fantasy leagues for money.
All I know is they were investigating it, and a lot of people saw the investigations going on this last couple of weeks, knew something was up, and the suspension is 41 games. That's
Half the season.
That's big. World Series begins tonight. Game 1 is in Arlington, Texas, as the Rangers host the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are 4 wins away from awarding one sports bettor the payout of a lifetime. Somebody wagered $10,000 on a FanDuel sportsbook on the Diamondbacks to win the World Series on October 1st. That was the last day of the regular season. If Arizona can upset the Rangers and take home the World Series trophy, this bettor will take home more than $1 million. As
4
of
wins away.
today, the Diamondbacks are plus 148 to win it all, while the favored Rangers are negative 174. So hedging should definitely be in this bettor's best interest if they haven't already done it. Now, the Arizona Cinderella story is among one of the most historic underdog stories in recent baseball history. They entered the season a plus 12,500 odd to win the World Series on the sportbook there. The 8th worst odds in all of Major League Baseball. That implied odd gave Arizona less than a 1% chance, actually a 0.79% implied to win the World Series. A World Series win would set the record for having the longest spring training odds since 1985, passing the 91 Minnesota Twins, who won it with a plus 8,000 back in the day. Diamondbacks clinched a playoff berth the day before the bet was made. So they clinched for the playoffs, and this guy the next day said, I got him for the World Series, here's $10K. But they sat as an extreme long shot as the wild card round began. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
I just read kind of breaking news that Dusty Baker officially retired.
Whoa.
Dusty Baker,
old Dusty.
Hasn't he retired a few times?
Astros
Did we know that?
manager.
Did we know that was
Giants.
coming after the loss? After they went out?
I mean, he's old. I mean, he's
Yeah, but I thought they were talking about this a couple months ago.
I think every
I think
team
made
he
it
gets
official.
fired from, he retires from, right?
He won one World Series with the
Yeah.
Giants.
He was with the
Rangers,
Giants
right?
forever. I think he was with the Reds for a while.
You're fired. No,
Maybe
I
I'm making that
retired.
up.
Retire. Well, I mean, Astros have been great the past couple of years, but
Yeah, it's really weird how good they are with. Oh,
yeah.
I see.
All right. Well, thank you, Moon. We'll take one final break, and you know what we'll do? We'll come back and we'll wrap her up.
All right, so here we
Good for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Hopefully, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. At the Mad Tea Party Halloween
yes.
Bash down at Ballpark Village. What?
I won't be Lern, though. I'm going to be Tweedledum.
Yeah.
So don't come at me thinking
Okay.
you know
You're not
me.
dressed up already?
Hey, somebody fart in the studio?
You burn.
Did somebody fart in the studio?
No.
Smells kind of funky all of a sudden. Just
Is it my armpits? What is
no,
it?
that's not armpit.
I was scratching my belly
Certainly
button
did
in
not.
there.
That's not a
coming
skin
from
fart.
this
That's
end.
more of an organ fart.
Ew.
All right, more bad farts next week. We got to shout out the hats of the week before we get out of here. We'll start with Lern, and
Yes.
thanks to all these companies for their generous donations to the Song Society. Lern.
The Elder Emo Co. is a woman-owned clothing brand that creates original artwork inspired by the emo, punk, and alternative music and culture. I actually love everything that I've seen at elderemoco.com. I'm going to be getting gifts there for all my pals. So find them on the socials, elderemoco.com. It was never a phase. It's a lifestyle.
Thank you, Elder Emo. Rafe.
Fired up. Jellies and jams. A whole lot of sweet with just a little heat. Yeah. Sinful peach habanero and strawberry vanilla rhubarb are award-winning jellies and jams offered by this company. They also have a strawberry habanero jelly that's awesome. Use it as glaze for ribs, chicken, or salmon. Available at Schnucks in the deli section or order online right now, just in time for the holidays at firedupjnj.com.
Thank you, Fired Up Jellies and Jams. King Scott.
Get ready for a spectacular Halloween costume contest all through now to 31st over at EPC out there in St. Charles. They're located right there, 70 in Cave Springs. And again, this is going on through the 31st, and this is all ages are welcome to participate. They have categories for the most creative costumes for kids and adults. So swing by there. They're giving away great prizes. And also they have great tech deals right now through October 28th. You can grab a Dell Latitude 5400 laptop with Windows 11 for only $199. EPC is amazing. They're good friends of the show, so go visit our friends over there at EPC.
EPC, thank you for your donation. Thank you to Bombshell Construction Services for being my hat of the week. Bombshell Construction Services specializes in high-end residential and commercial development. Check them out on Facebook, and you'll see why it isn't built until it's
Wow.
bombshell built. And finally, Moon's Head.
Timber! No tree too small or too
Come on,
big.
land it on somebody.
Oh, no.
No tree too small or too big for River City Tree Service. They handle it all: tree removal, tree trimming, storm damage, stump grinding, everything trees. They do a lot of tree talk over there and have been since 2008. They serve St. Louis and all the surrounding counties. Licensed and insured. These are my tree people. Put the name, put the number, and put the website by your fridge next to your emergency numbers, wherever you keep those. 314-270-8071, rivercitytreeservice.com.
Thank you. Big thanks to Tony Rock for stopping in. See him at Helium Comedy Club this weekend.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah,
He was great.
love that guy. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah,
Podcast.
Sunday.
Podcast, yes.
Okay, so yeah, Sunday 1 to 5, I'll be over at St. Louis Family Church emceeing and hosting alongside Smash, a legendary broadcaster as well. It'll be a lot of fun out there, and so swing on by there doing all kinds of fun stuff.
All right. Rafe, I know you got something real quick.
Yeah, tonight, 8 o'clock. Don't Tell Comedy. Go to Don't Tell Comedy. We're having our first over kickoff show. It's like a speakeasy comedy show. You buy the tickets, secret headliners, secret comedians, secret location. You find out day of. So as soon as you buy your tickets today, they'll give you the location, and we're all going to be there tonight. We already sold 80 out of 100. There's about 20 tickets left. So get on there and get them, and we'll see you tonight. I'll be there.
One more time, the website.
Don'tTellComedy.com.
Right. Learn anything?
Nope.
Moon.
Soccer 101 podcast. We are going into playoffs here, baby. St. Louis City SC has big matches ahead, and we're going to break all the playoff stuff down. A lot of stuff going on locally and internationally with Soccer 101. So we'll put an episode of that out today. Tomorrow, the Teenage Dirtbags take the stage around 9 for the big Mad Tea Party, and the Alabama Dirtbags will be the third set. A lot of people were asking about the music times and all that kind of stuff. Today, the Riz Show podcast is called I Love a Good Scarecrow.
All right.
Do that.
Well, enjoy your weekend, everybody.
You too.
Yeah, whatever,
You too,
dude.
tomorrow.
We leave with a selection from our Team Riz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From Granite City, Alyssa Bogart is our Team Riz Member.
Yes.
And Alyssa wants to hear this song. Here it is. And we will see you on Monday, maybe tomorrow at Ballpark Village. Goodbye.
Energy up.
All right, backstage at Point Fest, and